Cool. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for the invite.
Dog.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We got Craig and Jesse here.
The Rocket Boys.
Yeah. Certified Rocketmen, right?
Certified.
Do you, a quick question. I don't know how to say your last name properly.
Gowloose.
Gowloose.
Gowloose. It's
Okay,
a funky
cool.
one. Well, it's like as soon as you see it after you hear that, you're like, oh, yeah, why was I thinking anything
Because everyone thinks it's like, it sounded like,
Guelis. Or
Guelis.
like
yeah.
Guelis.
I said, I don't even know what I said. I just said,
Yeah.
hey.
Hey. Hey.
Yeah. I just said,
Dude.
hey. Yeah. That's cool. What's going on today, boys? What'd you guys do? You guys worked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
Keeping it
working
real.
away,
Getting
doing
ready
the
for the
whole fall
season?
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for helping me set up here. We had like a bit of a new setup here, 3 people program.
Mhm.
Set up better than like, see, when you're in the center, you're kind of like doing this, right?
I don't mind.
Yeah.
I usually just don't look at people when I'm talking. I'm just kidding.
It's good.
No, someone
Yeah,
actually just said that to me the other day. They're just like, you can't focus on looking at me in the eyes, eh?
Yeah.
I said, you know, I've always had that problem. I'm just kind of drift off past you, or like, I don't want to be that person who's just like this and like kind of like looking up and like.
You got to talk in the
to
microphone
side.
too, buddy.
Ooh.
That's
You
no,
guys can
that's
barely
true
hear
though.
me, huh?
That's
Yeah.
tough when when someone else isn't making eye contact with you and you're chatting with them.
Right.
It's really hard to then when they all of a sudden make eye contact, you want to like look away. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
It's like weird
Well, how
now.
okay, when you're talking to someone, you're making eye contact. Do you get in your head like, I got to look away once in a while. You can't look at them the whole time, right? So you're like, I don't know, for me, I try to be like, I talk and I listen to them, like, I'll look away for a second. Or if you're listening to someone,
Yeah.
I can't stare at someone. Like, Melanie, if you're talking to me and you're saying a lot of long sentences, I can't stare. I have to look away every once in a while. It feels
Yeah.
awkward.
No, that's
Not because it's just in
my
general.
day-to-day.
Yeah, it seems weird, right?
Do you ever push the boundaries?
Yeah.
Like sometimes when you're talking with somebody, you like just keep looking, and you're like, I wonder if I'm freaking him out right now.
They're probably like, well, there's 2 things. They probably don't give a shit. Or they're
Yeah.
like, I wish he would stop staring at me. Because then it makes them talk. Makes them keep talking, right?
Yeah. That's
Like I know there's that trick that the police use and like investigators use. If they want to catch you, they just leave the silence so you feel awkward and you say something.
you just start saying
So
something
peop-
that makes no sense.
Because if you're guilty, you feel awkward faster.
Yeah.
Apparently, so you just start, blah, I did it.
Yeah.
You know, I shot the,
did it.
you know, I burned down his house. Yeah. I don't know if it's that
I'm
drastic.
the one who
but-
done it, and that's it. Cuff me. Thank you very much.
yeah, exactly. I don't know. I think that's like those when you get into talking to people on like those like social cues or social like hiccups everybody has are funny because everyone's kind of different, right?
Especially
yeah.
starting something like this, I feel like a podcast, everyone is either looking down, looking to the side, trying to look at everyone's friend. But
And-
you usually do one-on-one. That's a little bit easier.
Yeah, and it's people just aren't used to it. Like I'm not that used to it. I'm getting used to it, but like obviously hearing your voice in a microphone too,
Yeah.
it's like super strange. So the headphones are key because you can hear yourself. It sounds better. But
It
this is
sounds better. And then
I
when
like
you
it.
get the recording, you just think to yourself, that's what I sound like?
well, the deeper. That's why it's key to be close. It sounds deeper when you're close. So that's why I do it. Like I mask my voice a bit to be deeper. yeah, totally. Oh, this. I don't know why you just said Skywalker and it reminded me of the Joker. But
Dude,
I haven't seen it. Did you guys go see it?
No, the advanced screening got canceled.
Oh.
But it is playing tonight. Tonight was
Oh.
the release date, so 8:50 p.m.
Should we go?
6:45. This podcast getting cut short.
Well, what time's the show on?
8:50.
8:50. Well,
Just
we're not.
singing.
We're not. I'm not talking to you guys forever.
No,
Fuck.
no.
But like, in an hour from now, that's only 7:15.
Then
Or sorry, 7:45. I mean,
make a
we
savage
could.
decision.
We can talk about it after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll just keep an eye on
I'm
the
not
clock.
going to leave you hanging with the teardown.
Everybody does.
Oh.
Everyone's like, see you, dude.
That's
But-
like the chef cooking.
but
and
they're-
then-
Shame on
But they're
everyone
the
on the
guests,
show
man. I don't
before.
mind. I wouldn't make them stay. I might. I mean, you guys can help me. That'd be awesome for
Oh,
sure.
I'm going to help you, man. You're
But,
going to a movie, aren't you?
Yeah, it's a whole. Yeah, for sure. If we go, I'm
All right,
down.
we're gonna
If we
go
don't
see
go,
the
you guys
Joker.
can bail.
I'm
But-
going to go.
Okay, cool. But I have heard it's not good. But that's just
Really,
speculation and
though?
Is
hearsay.
that a
I've-
Rotten Tomatoes thing or?
Fuck, I don't even know what that is.
I heard that it has one of the highest ratings so far.
Yeah, the trailer looks fucking amazing.
Mm.
Yeah.
It looks so good. Like Joaquin, man. I don't know.
Mhm.
The last time I saw him in a movie was Her,
Yeah.
where he's like he falls in love with like the Alexa type thing.
Oh, that is him?
Yeah, with the
Oh, it's
mustache.
AI.
Oh,
And he
okay.
It's
falls in
like
love
he
and
falls in
then-
love with Alexa, like in the
Yeah.
wall.
But it's crazy because like I've been seeing so much of him lately, and he looks so different than like what he's looked like in other movies. where
He
you're
looks
like,
emaciated,
"What?"
like heroin addict. I
Yeah.
guess it must have been for that role, for this Joker role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because in Her, he honestly looks like a very metrosexual kind
Sectional,
of.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably
sectional.
something.
He's a sectional guy.
There is probably something sectional, yeah. half and half.
It's like him, Matthew McConaughey, and Christian Bale are like ultimate role playing guys that just like.
McConaughey would have been a good Joker too.
Oh,
Yes,
down.
That'd be a
think
good
so
Joker.
too.
Wow, yeah, for sure. He'd be really good.
But his voice, he would have had to change his voice because he's got a very classic sound.
Everyone would think he's just smoking weed in the back, being dazed and confused.
All right.
Yeah. It's funny though, man. He gets like, I don't know why we start talking about movies and stuff, but this is where this podcast goes. It's those Lincoln commercials that Matthew McConaughey does. He gets shit on for those all the time, but everyone shits on them but loves them at the same time. It's weird. And it made him more famous for being like those weird commercials.
Well, it's like, a big, like, now that it's an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
It's like, I love
It's
it.
just going to be a running joke.
Okay, so you guys are, so we're going to talk about snowboarding. Just get it out of here. Just start with it, and then we can move on to other stuff. Because I know you guys snowboard.
Like,
you guys snowboard, right? Yeah.
Occasionally.
So it's certified. So it's certified Rocketmen. Is that the name of like? It's just you two, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Rocketmen.
We include friends
And you also do
Shredbots.
Shredbots, right? I
Yes.
was gonna say something else. I didn't want to get it wrong.
No, it's all good.
Right.
Yeah. So that was the idea last fall that we came up with. Well, you had some ideas floating around and like a bit of a logo going and some like cool stuff, and then it was just like a thing. It's kind of like a terminology that you use a little bit, like you're just gonna freaking rock it around.
Right. Yeah, exactly. We really pinballed with that idea because I have a few friends we ride with, and everyone's just like, "Oh, he hits his jump, just like goes to space camp or like side hit."
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes you just blow up, and everyone's like, "Whoa," you know. And
are you going to the moon?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
That gets thrown around all the time.
Yeah.
So Rocketmen was actually the name that we kind of agreed upon, but what is such a hassle on Instagram?
Somebody had Rocketmen.
Someone
I
just
knew it.
had
I knew
a
it.
dormant.
That's
shitty
bullshit.
account.
Yeah, they're smart, but that's bullshit.
I know, very smart, but that is bullshit. So we kind of just came up with that for the Instagram, and it's funny.
It's actually pretty good though. Certified's kind of cool. I don't-
No.
Yeah.
You're like Rocketman official. Like it's along those same lines.
Yeah.
Right.
So I like that. But it was good.
Yeah, and then you film it for the most part, right?
Well,
no?
we take some turns,
Yeah,
but I
we
mean,
just
like
swap.
I
You
kind
can
of
kind of
just-
tell.
I kind of like, yeah.
Sorry, I don't know. Just
It was
joking.
like just I could play a lot with everything, and the more that I get to play with the footage, like a lot of the time, like if you see some stuff and like it looks like that's really unorthodox, and it's like that's not going to turn out, but it's just like small slivers that I'll be using here and there.
Cool.
And
Yeah.
Which was
pretty sweet.
diverse. What did we use? We used Red, GoPro, GH5,
Yeah.
iPhone.
A little-
Not in
little
this
Sony.
series, but
Yeah.
so
Dude,
it was
iPhone's fucking legit.
world's
Yeah.
best camera in your hand.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
It
Wow.
does. I mean, you can kind of tell when people use it, but if you shoot in 4K with your phone and you're not moving, you just pretty still basic stuff, it's fine.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it's fine enough.
Well, the hardest part is the exposure that you can get with it, because if it's like auto, you have to be able to. But that's getting better and better, more manual, and then the new stuff that's coming out, like the new phone, is like whoa.
Well, we had I worked on a television show for Discovery Channel. And they were like, dude, like if you're, I guess, a producer, like if you're with the camera guy and the camera guy's not watching, and you see something, use your phone and we'll use the footage. And there's instances in the show where it's like, you know, these big cameras, and then someone gets this great footage with their phone, and they use it. I mean,
it sounds like a TMZ thing.
Yeah,
Just
totally.
any
Get
iPhone
whatever
clip.
you can. Well, it's a reality show, so it's pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And then so you guys have done this is your second wait.
This
I don't do
will
any
be our
research.
This will be the
season.
second. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, cool. That's good.
And-
You guys got you guys have stuff on the can already from last year?
Well, I mean, to continue and grow on like what last year, people were pretty pumped, and like just reading some of the comments, just the way that we kind of styled it and curated it, it's like quite a bit different than most
think
of the stuff
so.
around.
Yeah.
The tone of it. So we were hoping to just like continue on that and see.
The edits are pretty cool. Like they're kind of like that like TV flickering kind of like there's a little bit of a space vibe to it just because it's like it's not like straight up just edit cuts. There's like effects to it, like some like vignetting and stuff to it, whatever to make it look good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just
Maybe it's not
whatever.
vignetting. I don't know. I'm making up words I don't know really what they mean. But.
Well, there's like a lot of filtering.
Right.
It's basically at this point there's ways to find out how to do everything. Like YouTube is the best school ever.
Oh, dude, fucking YouTube rules.
Oh my gosh. And so there's ways to find out to do anything. So you just come up with an idea and then you like figure out a way to make it work. And try to not overdo much. There's and then you always look at work that you've done before,
right?
And you're like, oh, I might have overdone it a little bit.
Yeah, like how do you check yourself? Like I mean, like you might because I was talking about this earlier. Is like I edit these myself, and I'm not critical enough on myself to get stuff out, maybe cut stuff that I shouldn't say, or like stuff that I think sounds good but doesn't. Like if you're editing and filming yourself, and you're editing footage of yourself, you got to be well aware of like what you're putting in, because you don't want to be like too self-serving.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, that's like one of the like hardest things for most people is like they're trying to always wait till it's perfect to
Right.
like post
Yeah.
or to release it.
Yeah.
Right. And that's like nowadays you just need to start posting stuff.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
take
Yeah.
constructive criticism and just keep going and going and going, because if you don't, you're like, chances are you might never show stuff.
Well, they say like perfection's the enemy of like, I don't know, a final product or whatever. I don't know how to say
well,
it.
I totally know what you mean though.
Yeah,
but
there's a term there. I just don't know how to say it
no,
properly.
That's
Yeah.
exactly it. That's like, something I definitely struggle with.
I think that people don't. I think that people and polish content, if it's not perfect and it's trying to be polished, people don't like it. Like it's
Yeah.
got to be absolutely perfect, or it's got to be just put it out there. And there's really no middle ground anymore. I think it went from like, I think the middle ground went away.
Yeah.
Like now it's either got to be perfect or it's got to be pretty much like kind of like just rolling with the kind of grassroots stuff. I hate
Yeah.
that term, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well,
like-
there's a lot of companies like that. Ours was very not organic. We didn't have a set style or theme yet because we didn't do it and we didn't know what the series was going to be really.
Right.
So with just going with the flow, and then when Craig started putting clips together and then having some background effects on our edit, it just made it a thing. We didn't really have any set guidelines that we wanted to follow. We were just like, you know what, this is very first season. So kind of what you're talking about, I think there's a production level, and it depends who it's coming from. Maybe
Sure.
there's other companies, who are working with a high-end production company per se. Maybe not everybody, but let's just
Everybody.
say Travis
Say
Rice
everybody.
and Brain Farm. Let's just
Sure.
say,
But they're now he
that-
can't.
Obviously, you can't compare yourself to that. But what I'm getting at is you're looking at perfection, and then you're looking at what other people are creating with.
Well, you set your
smaller
own
budgets, smaller-
bars. Right?
Yeah, smaller
totally.
teams. Yeah.
No, when we knew what we liked, like we knew
Yeah.
that we really liked kind of really close like camera movement. And so it's like you want to be either riding right there with the rider. Like to me, I'm not really big into like tripod shooting.
It's
Or,
always
like-
whenever I feel sketched out, someone's gonna hit somebody, I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like, oh my god, they're gonna hit. That's great.
Yeah.
But they don't. I mean, you don't.
So yeah, like,
Well,
I mean, you do,
Yeah.
but yeah, sometimes.
we actually, I was surprised
yeah.
we never hit each other.
Yeah, you ever
Yeah.
you never really fucked each other up though, right? Like you never like.
broke
Broke bones or something like that, or fucked up cameras?
Oh no.
Oh.
I mean, we've taken some bails.
Yeah, of course.
And-
Fuck yeah.
Which
We had this girl.
All right.
Oh God. Okay. Here goes the story.
I don't edit, by the way.
I'm filming Craig, and
We're
it's
just-
on
we're
my
a cat-
iPhone.
We're on a cat
my
track.
cat track, and it's pretty classic cat track to go down to where Solar Coaster would have been.
Right.
And we're cruising down, and we're just okay. Let's go hit some side hits. I'm looking at Craig through my phone, and he's not really doing anything. He's looking uphill. So I'm
And I'm like,
wondering.
oh,
I look up, and this girl is barreling out of control.
just
On
jacket
skis.
flapping.
Jacket is
Flying
flapping.
on a
She
skier.
is out of control, and she is like a missile.
Right.
And she is just going down, and this pitch is like this.
Steep.
To flat cat track
Oh no.
to steep pitch.
Did you put that? Did you post that somewhere?
Oh yeah,
I think I
did.
saw
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
Whistler
and
Memes
just-
had to repost it because
just
it was
boof.
way too good.
Hit the
Ouch.
cat track
Oh.
so hard, just
Buzzes me.
bounced.
Buzzes
Ouch.
me. I was on my phone. I could not stop fast enough because I'm watching Craig, trying to film Craig, and she probably
heard, though?
launches about 40 to 50 meters off this flat cat track, and Craig's
50
looking
meters? It's like
downhill,
130 feet.
holding
Yeah.
his head. And
Really?
He's like, oh my
Oh
god!
my god! And you just hear,
Fuck.
and all you can see is this cloud, like feet, skis flying, and then like not like 2 seconds after you hear, "I'm okay."
That is bizarre to me, man.
Yeah.
I've seen people do like small little wipeouts and then they're done, right?
Yeah. And then sometimes it's massive.
People
and
just
you're like-
tumble for a mile.
I had a feeling that there was like I don't know if
She
had a
was
beer.
intoxicated.
Yeah.
Oh, she was like
Or-
an adult person, like not like a child.
We'll
Yes.
call
got
it
adult
what it
enough.
was.
Yeah.
She was an adult Australian female
Drunk.
who I think was
Probably
going
safe.
to hit the Longhorn patio.
Yeah, which is actually yeah.
Probably
that
drunk,
was-
just limber.
That was
Boom.
the aim. Well, it's like yeah, if you know.
Dude, I've been fucked up before taking some hits, and I'm like, wow, I would have thought so fucking scene. Like you double eject on a pair of skis and scorpion, like, ouch, but I'm good because
Yeah.
you had too many beers in the patio or something. It's funny, man. That kind of stuff's like when people bail. I mean, I've bailed before, but bails are like, I don't know why. It's funny.
Oh,
I don't like when people get hurt, and I don't like when I watch a lot of like memes on Instagram. I don't like when I know someone got hurt. Like
Yeah.
someone's like they didn't either make it or they're like they have a broken back. I don't
Yeah.
like when that's.
No.
Yeah.
But when a kid falls and bashes their face in the pavement or something, it's kind of funny. So that could hurt them, but it's funny. I don't know. It's that kind of shit makes people laugh. So
I think
bad.
there's some
Well-
content that is
Well,
a
there's
little
like
bit
this
too
weird
edgy.
line that it crosses. So
Yeah.
it's like you
Mhm.
you think all falls are like just pretty funny, just comical in general. But then there's this line where if it's like all of a sudden hits this certain feeler, you're
Severity?
like, that is awful.
Yeah.
Like why is that on the internet? You
That's the
know?
thing. That's like a snuff
But-
film almost, right? You're
Yeah,
like,
it's a tough one.
I think that's like all these meme
Pages.
like kids getting hurt makes me laugh so hard.
Oh.
But usually some of them like, oh my god, don't film that, or like
Yeah.
stop filming it and go help that kid out.
Yeah.
Hall
Then-
of Meat. Hall of Meat is gnarly.
What's it called?
Hall of Meat. It was a very
don't know.
skateboard-esque.
Hall of Me or Hall of Meat?
Meat.
Oh, okay, that's
So
even better.
That was based off of Tony Hawk's Pro Skaters game when that came out.
Oh, 'cause
he
you'd
had
fall
that
and you'd
thing-
flop
yeah,
around
and you'd
forever.
Flop around. Your guy
That's
is, like,
hilarious,
breaking.
actually.
Oh my gosh. But there's a skateboard Instagram account like that, and I don't follow that. Kids getting hurt, I watch that all day. But that
Yeah.
account is like, okay, I know someone's so seriously hurt because I just saw a compound fracture, so no, thank you.
You know what I find hard to understand, hard to get to is like when you see a meme, then the rest of the day you see on all the other memes channels that you will follow,
Yeah.
right? And makes me kind of upset that I see that. But I'm like, at the same time, if someone shares something on Facebook, I don't go, why'd you fucking share that? I don't think it the same way. I don't know why my mentality is that way, but I feel like platforms. I don't like seeing reposts on Instagram, but I'm okay seeing reposts all day on Facebook.
Really?
I don't understand. I don't know how you guys
I
feel.
get it. It's just
I don't know. I disagree
Just me
because
being an ass.
as soon as I just went from Instagram to Facebook, which is a pretty
Standard day.
standard app switch
Yeah.
for almost everybody, and then you look and you're just like, oh, well, you just posted that on Instagram, so what's
Yeah. Oh
you
yeah.
know,
Syndication's
it's
annoying.
the exact same thing.
I had something awesome to say.
it's a tough man. I barely use Facebook anymore.
Oh,
barely.
Yeah.
Barely.
It's a generational thing, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, I
someone
don't-
was talking about the movie, and I was like, you know what? I wasn't even.
What
By
movie?
the time the Facebook movie,
I haven't seen it.
exactly. By the time it came out, it's like
Oh yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Facebook's old news.
No.
I use it for. I don't know why I use it. I use it for like, hey, I need something.
Yeah.
I need some help somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
It-
Instagram,
yeah.
I feel like I should do it on Instagram.
It's
Cause
not a
it's
good
just-
hub to sell things on Instagram.
But if you're like, hey, can I get a ride to Vancouver? More people are engaging on Instagram. I feel like. Actually, I don't even know. I'm fucking talking shit. It's fine. It works.
I don't
They all
know.
work.
That's a whole like
Yeah.
DM thing. Who knows?
Yeah. Well,
DM.
also
Everyone's
too,
sliding it.
now that
DM sounds dirty, even though it just means direct message.
I know. And
I just-
everybody
Even though it's
on
not.
that.
Yeah.
I feel like other people get mad at this. Like, I don't get DM'd.
Yeah.
Don't DMs me.
get
People
DM'd?
fucking call me or text me.
Now, that would be nice. I would like that.
I get SMS'd.
Yeah.
Oh.
SMS.
Yeah.
Green text.
yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I don't respond to those.
I fell away from Facebook when all of a sudden, all your older extended family is on it now. It's like your aunts and uncles and people. And then they're just like, it's just a feed of them reposting every article that they've ever come across because they're like,
Oh
oh,
my
this is so
God.
interesting, so interesting. And we're like, okay, it is, but my 10 reposts in a day, like, come on. And
Yeah, nothing else to do. Or it's
Yeah.
like
And
those sayings like
Jemima.
dance to the song of life, like all that bullshit that your parents think of, like those like old like, Barbara Streisand sayings. Like
Oh, yeah.
you're like, guys, come on. Like
Yeah.
that's like the original inspirational sayings that back in the day when like parents actually read stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
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 Actually, my mom recently got into memes on Instagram.
Oh, yeah?
And will like occasionally tag me in some
Mm.
Oh,
memes,
that's
and
good.
it's awesome. So I'm like, this is new stuff. And you're
Yeah.
like,
You're on the forefront of memes here,
Yeah.
mom. That's pretty good.
My mom even knows what memes are.
oh,
No,
well,
she definitely doesn't.
wait, introduce her.
I should.
She's missing out.
But sometimes she just might. She's one of those people, just looks at something. If someone's falling, is gonna be like, "Oh, I don't watch that."
Yeah.
My whole
Yeah.
life was just like, "You're gonna snowboard. Oh God, you're gonna get hurt." Or like,
Oh yeah, everyone's like, be careful.
be careful.
My mom was on
Don't get hit by a
Facebook for like
bus.
a couple of days and then couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
She's pretty old.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's on it. She's like, I don't know what's going on.
It's
Which is good because
mom's
I
on
say
Instagram
fucking weird
and-
shit on it. I'm like, I don't need my mom to know what I say. I put her on. I put her on this podcast one time. I was like, hey mom, here's my podcast. Oh no, somebody told her about it. I was trying to not like. I didn't want to have her hear about it right away because I was like trying to figure it out. And I've said some crazy shit in here in the past, and so now I gave it to her, and she sends me critiques like, I didn't hear about this in this episode. I'm like, I don't know. I just didn't talk about it. Like, I don't even have to say. But I think it's funny when parents like interact with like on things that their kids think are like kind of separate.
Mm-hmm.
It's like social media when you're like, you know.
Yeah.
That's
What are you
different
doing here?
generations,
Yeah,
though. I
cut
think.
the umbilical cord.
Yeah.
Just-
Yeah, right. Yeah. Right.
Jesus.
They say awkward shit on your posts. My
Oh,
buddy
yeah.
Jeff, my mom, he's like, his mom always says awkward shit on my posts, and then I feel like I don't know what to say after. And like people stop commenting on my post because it's like this awkward mom post below.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Ooh, bringing down the
Yeah.
engagement.
Or I was
mom.
saying, you're like cheersing with some friends or something. Looks like you're drinking a lot lately.
Yeah.
Maybe you should tone it down.
Yeah, you're like,
yeah, I know.
I think you should log off the internet, mom.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. I think parents it's like anybody like parents texting and stuff. But I don't think people talk enough anymore. Like people don't phone call. Like, are you like you guys text people? Do you phone people?
I like phoning people. I'm
Yeah.
not much for
Yeah.
texting because, like, to me, I'm not texting for conversation. I'm texting if they can't call. If we're trying to figure out
Like if they're driving or
I'm-
something.
well, yeah, yes, yeah. But like if
Not funny. Sorry, it's not funny.
well, I get it though.
Yeah, yeah.
But the I would much rather talk in person or like or on the phone because it's like that could save so much time, just a minute conversation to like, save so many texts.
Yeah.
It's like a old salesman thing too. So there's no paper trail. So
Yeah.
like when like back in the day,
Ooh.
like salesmen were like, I got a deal for you. I'll give you this much percentage off if you buy this much flooring or whatever. And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. And he's like, I can't do that. It's like, find it on paper. Like
Yeah.
it's an old school like sleazy shit salesman trick to only
That's
be on the
true.
phone.
Just instead, now your phone's listening to you.
Because if you
and-
text someone,
and
they're
then
like, hey, you
your sponsored
texted me
ads
this.
come up.
Yeah.
I had this text that said you were going to give me 10% off. Now you're not going to. Yeah.
I also find text tough to like read sometimes because sometimes somebody might say something and it's completely taken out of context.
Mhm.
So it's like anytime I'm like not fully sure of anything, I'm just call right away.
You're referring to girls, aren't you?
Everything like
Humans. Referring to humans. Yeah. I don't know. I like talking on the phone. I like talking in general, but when I text, when I talk, I skip words. And when I text, I skip words all the time. Like I must have dyslexic. So I'll send a message. I'm like, yeah, that looks good to me. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? I get it back and I'm like, how did you even decipher what I was asking when the person's back? Yep, no problem, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, how did you even know what I said?
Yeah.
There's like, that sentence has been put in three different directions. It's fucked. I don't know.
You know what that made me think about right away is that site is either text from last night or the autocorrect site. That's
What
all
is
about
that?
the world's worst autocorrect.
You can
And
read
it's
for
people
hours.
Talking. Yeah, oh God, Craig.
No way.
You
It's
would
like
go down the
screenshots of people's
rabbit
text
hole.
gone sideways. Oh, it's really
yeah.
good.
no
Yeah, it's
way.
really
It's like the
good.
original meme kind of thing site,
People
I guess.
texting their boss, trying to call in sick, and just saying ridiculous stuff. People texting their moms
By accident.
Oh, no.
It's just like screen grabs of all these texts. But text from last night, I follow them on Twitter,
Mm.
and that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're real or not, but people are pretty funny. Even if it's not real, I still laugh.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
I feel like you could appreciate writers. So if you were some guy who created an account and you're just like, I want to make people laugh, and it was just you and your friend
Making shit
and
up.
you switch the names all the time, and you just always fucked with people. And you could start. Well, there probably is a legitimate business about that, being a
Oh.
writer and doing stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
It's the prank call, man. It's like social media prank call.
Yeah.
It's like Jerky Boys. Only now you're just doing it to the general public, to people like there's like not just one guy you're calling.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are pretty funny, man. I don't know how that's pretty old school, but those guys are fucking hilarious. But I listened to this comedian Theo Vaughn, and he talks about he'll like start text. He was like doing this phase where he'd record himself texting random people. I don't know if it's true or not, but he says he's been carrying on conversations with people who think he's like a long lost uncle for like
No.
years. I don't
No
know if it's
way.
true or not, but like think about the shit that you could do if you tried to. Like people are out there in the world scamming people and conning people for real, like taking their money, taking their shit, making them do dumb shit, move to Florida to live with them and then take all their shit type thing, right?
Yeah.
Are you talking about an unknown number showing up on your phone and sending you a message like, "Oh, hey, I'm so and so," or "Hey, this is so and so"?
Sure, or just meeting online in general, just becoming like having a fake personality, meeting online, and then coercing somebody into doing shit for you. Like it's just there's so
Yeah.
much shadiness, right? You can do fucking so much weird
It's
shit.
insane. Have you seen that TED Talk about like trying to scam a scammer? Not like scam, but just like take up their time.
Oh,
and you just go
I
along
have-
with
keep
it,
them
and
on
you
the
start to
phone.
talking to them and talking
Right.
to them, and be like, "Oh, what if like you should actually like
Waste
I'm
their
doing
time.
this right now, and like
Yeah.
you should buy this. I think that could really help you."
Scam them
And
back.
yeah, no, and it's like you
Fuck
keep
yeah.
them going, keep
I've
them going,
seen
and
that.
just but like you kind of keep them on a bit of a like fishing line
Right.
to say like you're kind of interested in like doing whatever scam they have going on.
Yeah.
And then it's like, and they get crazy pissed because you just took up so much of their time.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
and they could be getting somebody else. There's a TED Talk about it. Watch
Really?
that. Yeah.
All
it's
right, I'll check that
actually-
out.
And it's hilarious. It's so good.
That's perfect. That's fucking with people, man. If they're gonna fuck with you, fuck with them right back.
Oh,
right back.
100%.
It's like, oh.
I've been getting calls of like past like 3 or 4 days. Even my roommates did the same thing. They'll
SIN
say,
number.
say like Canada, yeah, your SIN number's been hacked. You're
Yeah.
being illegal. We're gonna arrest you. And I'm like, fuck. Like then I'm thinking, it's election time. I don't know why I think it's got some kind of connection, but I feel like people are like on the edge. All the old people are like, you know, not sure what to do, and they get these calls, and it's like I don't know if it's because it's maybe that's not even a correlation at all, but I was like, people take this for real and then call back and go,
Just
hi, yeah,
they panic.
here's my money.
Yeah.
Like I don't get that. I mean, I get it, but
that's
people get
crazy.
fucking worked for sure. But I had a call from one last week. It said Edmonton. The week before it said Halifax. Then it said Ottawa, and it just says Canada. It's all the same thing. And then I called the lady back. I called the number back, and it was the old lady who never even called me. I was at work. Like this
Weird.
is I forgot about this. I was at work like 2 days ago, or maybe 3 days ago, and actually no, last week.
Hijack number.
Yeah, I got a phone call, and I'm like, hello, and it went like and hung up right away. I was like, oh, so I'm at work. It's a workout. I thought somebody just called me because people call me at work. So I call back. She's like, hello, and I'm like, hello. She's like, I'm like, did you just call me? She goes, who's this? I'm like, I'm not telling you who I am, but I'm like, did you just call me? I missed your phone. I missed your call. I'm calling you right back. She goes, I didn't call you. I was like, did you? And she was, she's no way she'd pocket that me because it's probably a home phone number because she's probably 150 years old. So
You got the old spinny phone.
yeah. She's like, hello, operator. Can you call out Ryan on the island? He's like, hang on a second. But yeah, she's like, I didn't call you. And I was like, huh, well, your number
Porting
called me.
numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they sniped in and took her number.
That's crazy. I always like, I get
She's
really.
so delusional.
Oh.
She probably did call me.
She's a criminal mastermind.
Maybe that's why she's just very, very
She's
good
got
at
some weird
acting.
alter
She's
ego.
perfect.
She called back. Here, Grandma, talk to this guy. Yeah.
That's funny.
Some 12-year-old grandma.
I just you'll see random calls when the number pops up and then the location pops up and it's like your hometown.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, this must
Yeah.
be just like an old friend or something. And then it just like how
It's
do you do
weird.
that?
Do you guys remember your phone numbers when you were kids, like your landlines when you were kids?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, your phone. Yeah, you remember? Like, yeah, me too. I'm like, I might just call that number and see who answers. Like, I'm hoping. I mean, it's got to be somebody has it now, right?
I mean, I would think so.
There's only so many phone numbers.
Only so many
Recycling.
times.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, right? I mean, yeah, reduce, recycle, even phone numbers.
Yeah.
Save the planet.
Talking
But
about that, what about phone book? Remember going to find your friends?
holy
man.
fuck, a phone book. And if you weren't in there, if you moved, you got a new number, you weren't in there for like a year, like no one knew
yeah.
how to get hold of you.
I always found because like the phone book is so massive, right? And
Yeah.
then so when you're looking through for a certain somebody and you like find them, it's like yes,
Yeah.
like this huge
Or-
moment.
Fuck, or you don't know where they live, but there's like 80 Smiths, and you're like,
know.
which one is it?
Yeah.
I don't know their dad's name. It says B Smith, A Smith, S Smith. You're like, And then you just have to fucking crapshoot.
Oh man.
That's where prank calls are awesome. You just go through the phone book, like, I'm going to call Dave Smith in New Brunswick at this number. Fuck you. I don't know, whatever. I
the
don't know.
Grinch going through the phone book.
Yeah.
H, double.
Yeah. So funny. But phone books are still a thing. Like, they still show up in the front lobby here. They still drop them off.
Really?
Yeah. And one time, my buddy Mike was furious about it. He's like, who uses phone books anymore?
Is
But
it
they're
mobile and
they're like this
mobile
big now.
numbers in there now?
Well, I think it's
Only
like
people with landlines.
it's like it's like advertising. There's still phone numbers in there. It's like only landlines, but it's like this thick now. It used to be like what you could sit on it in your car if you're too short. Right now it's like that. It's thick.
Wow.
It's tiny, but they still show up at the front desk or the front lobby. I'm like,
Yeah, that phone books used to be like a unit of measure. It's like it's like a phone
Yeah.
book and a half. You know?
people used to advertise in phone books, and then
Oh,
people
yeah.
people
The
would
back
like
pages, yellow pages.
yeah, people would like base the name of their company on having it as close to the top of the alphabet as possible.
Yeah.
So you open the phone book, it was fucking right there at the top.
Remember
We still
that's-
happen to
that's
Google
the
Google search now and
oldest
stuff, but like
strategic marketing
Yeah.
book in the
fuck,
phone book.
totally,
That's
man.
insane.
Like if you
Dunder
can,
Mifflin's
you can
killing
find me
it.
in the Dunder Mifflin. You can find me in the phone book. Where's your number? You can find me in the phone book. No, you can't. Like there's too many of you. Yeah, I don't know.
That'd be a funny way to to say that to somebody. Be like, oh, hey, we should hang out sometime.
Yeah.
I'm
My
in
number's in the
phone
book.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, huh? As you're already gone.
Yeah.
You're like 10 feet away. Like what? That's
No,
the
it's
thing.
in there. Look.
Yeah, just try and call me. I don't get how people get your phone number. I mean, I never give mine out. Like, I don't get. They must just like pick random numbers or like hack into.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's probably a big back end to that whole thing.
Do you
Yeah.
guys have landlines? No.
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 Do your parents have landlines still?
No, they
No.
canceled. There's a long
My
time
mom
ago.
too. Yeah, no
Yeah,
landline.
switched.
It's good
Yeah.
because like after a while, as soon as everybody got cell phones, it was just only thing that was calling was telemarketers.
Mhm.
And you're like, this is lame, and you're paying so much. And
Oh
whatever, so-
man, like here in my building, I can't have a door buzzer because I don't have my cell phone. I don't have a landline.
Oh.
So if somebody comes to the door and types in 30, never mind what my apartment number is, something
You go,
705. Yes, sure. It just doesn't go anywhere.
Oh.
I used to have it hooked up to my phone, but I wouldn't be home. My roommate's like someone's like, "Hey, I'm here to see so and so." I'm like, "I'm not here, and I can't." Like I
Can't
couldn't.
do anything,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's kind of annoying.
Ah.
But I'm not gonna pay $40 a month to have a doorbell.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's fucking stupid.
How do we start talking about phone books and all this?
Phone books.
That's where the conversation
Oh,
goes,
man.
man. It's we don't have any. I don't know. We were talking about snowboarding at one point, right?
Yes. I was
Yeah.
just thinking to myself, I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys?
do we really get there?
Are you guys already? Do you guys have your passes? How do you guys get passes for the season?
I just bought mine.
Oh yeah, did you?
yeah.
You still get yours?
No, I got mine. I'm still doing Fire and Ice stuff.
Oh, yeah. All right,
and
cool.
then,
Yeah, sweet.
Did
Did you ever do that?
No, I haven't yet.
right.
I mean, it'd be fun to if it works out to maybe jump in on something.
Yeah,
sometime,
nice.
but we'll see.
I
What
don't know,
happens.
it's
been
interesting.
going
It's an
on
interesting
forever.
gig. It's just almost like an entertainment business style thing. You know, jump through this flaming hoop.
It's fun though.
and-
Is it like I think if you get out of like the big jumps, like perfect jump contest mode, and you just like having fun with it, it would
Yeah.
actually be a blast.
'Cause this jump is like very limited. You can only do certain things. But
We either
as
make
far
it
as-
40 or 50 feet. Depends who's making it. When Ty Weed's making it or Lucas Ouellette, 1 year during New Year's,
His
we
last
had
name really weird.
such a good jump.
Sick.
And
Yeah, Lucas is a good builder, huh?
Yeah, Lucas. Oh, and Ty. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know
equally-
Ty.
Equally as good, and just if those guys are making the jump, awesome. If the jump's sitting for a couple days because Christmas, New Year's, and all that's so close to each other, we
Oh,
usually
these are the
have.
same jump.
Oh, it's so good. But every Sunday when it just gets plowed.
Yeah, they made that fast.
Oh man,
Looks like I made it.
sometimes
no
you get
offense.
sketchy jumps.
Well, it's the conditions too.
It's hot and
like-
shit, right? Down there at night.
Sometimes
late in the
not
season.
even, or if it's really cold or it's corny snow, we can't make it pack. It's interesting. You'll get this really soupy, almost corny snow, so it's just like ice crystals.
Right.
And you go to spin.
You
and
just
all these
sink.
Skiers got 4 edges, and they're just
Skiers are idiots,
I
man.
was-
they're getting aggressive, and you're just trying to take off straight and not catch your heels and die.
No.
Right.
Like I saw that jump that they built for World Ski Snow Festival,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "That's a sick event!" Like, and I was looking forward to watching it and seeing like clips from it. But I looked and I saw like the landing from those clips.
Yeah.
and
It
like
looked
people were
loose.
gouging like
Yeah.
1.5 2 foot trenches as they're landing, and like people looking like they got it for sure, and just smash.
can't.
Like,
Like, dude,
oh.
it's the same
so bad.
scenario. Unfortunately, during the festival, the temps are way too hot. They almost get a fire and ice jump scenario.
Yeah.
Which is when I did it. Oh, when I was in that competition, Big Air, when they first did the live stream, it was so insane how hard we were punching in and bailing on that landing. Like, we were taking serious hits. And I'm just thinking in my head, you know, I'm like going down. This is live television. Like, my mom's watching, friends are watching. This is so embarrassing.
Yeah, but
because it's not perfect conditions and
Yeah.
it's not that jump. You're just
Well,
like,
But they can only do so
"I'm
much,
just gonna
right?
hook
Like,
myself."
Yeah. Well, you wonder if they should try to build earlier so that they can at least like it'll be soft, but at least the foundation of it will be frozen.
that's true.
And
Yeah.
then I know that they like have obligations since it's so close to the village. They gotta.
Imagine that jump was there all year, just hitting it.
Well, but
Fucking
the thing
carnage.
is, like,
Just roll down.
like if you
GLC would be awesome. He's
did
dying.
that, you're not taking a whole lot of
Yeah.
real estate, and it's a lot of anticipation. Of
People
like,
look,
what goes on here?
yeah, all that
Yeah.
speculation. Kids like,
Yeah.
yeah, hey, mommy, what's that? That's a big jump, son. Someday you can do that.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I think it would be worth it to like keep something up at least for a while.
Well, I think it's cool. I think the boneyard, like for mountain biking, is right there. I think it's cool how they. So the deal. This is like if they can find a way to get beginner mountain bikers through that, they should find a way to leave it up and like make like a cool like. I mean, I know it's this is probably a fucking stupid idea, but like have a park people
Some
can
kind of
watch.
small park.
People
so
can watch,
just hang
you know,
out.
if you're gonna pump
Yeah.
someone there, and then like if small, so like people can like kids can come by and don't like if they don't know how to, if they're just there visiting with their family, they don't ski or whatever. They go, oh, cool, that's a park, because you don't unless you go up straight, you don't see it.
yeah.
It's probably not a good idea.
Probably not,
But
is it really
it's an
a good
idea.
Like, I've been at GLC after biking and I'm hanging out with friends. We're doing a little après.
Fun to watch.
And then you see Dad, 54 years old from Seattle, go ass over tea kettle on the GLC drop. And you're-
What are you, 50? That's hilarious. Yeah, people get worked, man.
How they get worked.
And then the thing is like you're like we're back to this fucking wiping out thing. where it's not funny, but it's really funny.
It's kind of really funny.
It gives me the crease, man. When I see people wipe out, I'm like, especially with like
You have a
neck,
bad
like,
bike accident. That makes sense.
yeah, like back stuff and neck stuff, face stuff.
I've seen,
Yeah.
I've seen some not nice things.
It ain't cool, but
face snowboarding for you smash.
oh yeah, people
I've
smash their.
smashed my chin snowboarding.
Everyone's been fucked up. Do you guys? What's your biggest injury? You got knee problems?
No.
I didn't mean to jinx you. Shit. Sorry, guys.
No.
I
No,
apologize.
but I mean,
We
I,
both
I,
don't
t-
have
I
knee
take
injuries,
I take pretty good care of myself and like warm up before riding every day.
Right.
I did hit my knee on an upright on a rail and split my kneecap in half.
Oh man.
Okay.
See, that's the thing.
That was like a mafia
You could wear knee pads and no one will notice. You won't get made fun of, right?
I know people who do wear knee
I know,
pads.
like the Arc'teryx basically military knee pads. People use them for telemark skiing because you bang your knees because telemark skiing is stupid.
Oh.
But they've had these, but you can't tell if you wear them.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't say anything.
I mean, I probably should wear knee pads to make myself a little more proportionate, you know. So
Well, you got no legs.
well, I mean, I'm just skinny in general.
Oh yeah.
Let's not even talk about.
Well, your
that.
knees look so big.
Sensitive
You
about that.
Yeah. But yeah, leg day. You know what you should just do is only leg day. Everything else, like your upper body gets worked out all the time. If you just only did leg day,
Can't do that in the winter though. If
Why?
you do that in the winter, think about, we just had 3 pow days in a row, and I go out every single day. But you know what? I'm gonna go to the gym after, and I'm doing leg day, and I'm pushing out weight. But all day I'm building up like this lactic acid and this muscle imbalance. Skiers and snowboarders are totally different. You know, we're strong in the quads. Skiers are strong in the hamstrings. Just the way we're sitting, leaning,
Right.
doing that thing. If I go and I train legs, and I know that my hamstrings are weaker, or for whatever, I'm gonna do my calves too. And then, you know what? It's a nice day now. After riding these 3 days of POW, all this lactic acid buildup, I'm rolling, I'm stretching, or
Yeah, but-
whatever, and I go to hit this massive jump, and there's all this impact.
you can't sustain your legs.
Well, what's stopping my knee from just blowing out? It's overworked. It's
All that muscle from
that-
squatting, man. Fuck, I don't know. I'm just asking. I just think I get like the idea of like you red strip like 3 or 4 days and go to the gym. It's not worth it doing leg day, but wouldn't it be good to like?
It's good to maintain.
Right.
I
Yeah.
think cycling,
Yeah.
swimming.
But if
anything
imagine you were
that.
like just went the reverse and just did leg day all summer long, didn't even do your upper body ever. And you just like, kind of like just did like endurance stuff. You're like this guy with like fucking. You went opposite guy. Like you had like fucking like sausage legs and like just like a regular like body up top. That'd be hilarious.
Well, I mean, with legs, I mean, it's just as important to like all the core stuff.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's
But the thing is, if I don't get how this is so stupid. I don't get how you can have you use your legs every day. Like your arms, you could probably never use your arms in a day. It's probably like you don't have to. If you went to it and made a point, you could probably not use your arms all day.
Just
Right.
don't eat, don't do anything.
Even if you walk around and you just have to use your arms. I feel like the only way to not use your legs is to lay down. And so
Yeah.
your legs get used
Yeah,
all day.
horizontal.
So I don't get how they're fully ready for the endurance.
yeah.
I just don't get why they aren't like it's big, like bigger than
Muscular,
yeah.
strong. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Like I got no ass and I fucking walk all day. Like I do a ton of shit all day. It's really weird. I don't get it. Like I don't understand how it works. And
maybe it's guys' genetics, because women have nice legs,
Right.
and
yeah, maybe nice
for
have
the
nice
most
everything.
part, they got
Yeah.
butts, and
Yeah.
that's a thing. And then guys can just have these flat asses, and like,
Yeah.
my calves
And
are
muscular
so
legs.
small.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
just, like,
I think this is a weird conversation.
Yeah, it's, yeah.
Talking
Talking about
yeah.
Yeah.
Holy, look at the butt on that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look at-
he must
Look
work
at the no butt on that guy. Yeah, he must sit down all day. He's got nothing. Yeah. I don't know.
Instead of a flat earther, he's a flat asser.
Fucking flat Earth, man. I know you guys think the Earth is flat, but I'll tell you, it's not.
Is
The Earth-
it?
It's not flat.
That's true.
I don't know a
I
flat
still need to
earther.
see more evidence.
Do you guys know a flat earther?
No,
I don't know a flat
I
earther.
don't want to know a flat earther.
Like, dude, I don't know who the fuck. No one thinks the Earth's flat.
I
They
still,
can't.
I mean, like you've heard rumors that somewhere somebody believes in anything, but I still have yet to like meet or come across anybody who's like that.
I just don't think like there's no.
Hear about
You
it,
gotta be
but-
fucking out there, man.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be like, I don't know. The Earth isn't fucking flat. Completely obvious. I don't know. Maybe I fuck whatever.
Try going in a plane once,
Yeah.
and then
I don't
Honestly, yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right. You look at the horizon, it's
Yeah,
like
it's like,
this.
oh, that's so weird.
know. It's like something like aliens. Okay, I can see.
Face, but that's what you're looking at.
Yeah, it's weird, man. I think it's like aliens or something. You're like, okay, maybe, but there's no proof there isn't. But there's no proof there is. But then, actually, Canadian government just made a coin with a UFO on it or something like that.
We're
Okay.
all aliens.
Yeah,
right?
and then the
to commemorate the storming of Area 51.
Oh, which was
Maybe,
a
yeah.
huge success.
8 people went there,
Yeah.
but like also didn't the U.S. military or something, the Navy, just confirm unidentified flying objects in footage they have? That's like happened like 2 weeks ago on the news, and they were like, we don't know what this is. And you know Tom DeLonge from Blink-182?
Mm-hmm. Isn't he?
So he
Scientologist.
Well,
No, I
he's
thought it
a
was.
he's a alien believer.
Okay.
That's what his whole band is about: aliens and airwaves. It's whole.
Oh.
He's got this thing to the stars.
Isn't
it's like
isn't it Angels and Airwaves?
yeah, sorry, angels and airwaves.
But it is based
It's about aliens
on,
and
okay.
radio waves, and
Okay.
he has this thing called To the Stars,
Okay.
and it's like an academy. He makes music, but it's also like actually don't quite know all the details, but he is a believer in UFOs and stuff. Anyway, the Navy just said, yeah, Tom DeLonge's kind of right, and we have footage. It's like 3 weeks ago. I'm surprised. You know when you swipe too far right in your phone, like all the news is there on your
Yeah.
iPhone? It was one of those
Really?
things, and they were like, yeah, and then
Really?
Tom DeLonge.
You swipe too far right and you start to see news.
Yeah, like I'll swipe too far left. Either way.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, damn
I
the
saw some
news.
That's so funny. The app just switches like, oh, I'm all out of people, so it just goes to news.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, do you guys track how much you use your phone?
Oh, I don't want to.
I started
Isn't
using
there
that
a
tracking
tracker?
app. Oh, it's on your phone. Yeah, it's like it's
It
embedded.
tells you how much screen time you've had.
Dude, screen time app.
Oh yeah.
Fucking don't do it. I'm doing it.
That is scary.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, as people who make videos, you probably want people to look at their phone,
Yeah.
but it's fucking crazy.
And it's weird. We have shoulder season, so it's kind of good for not being on your phone. But honestly, I'm not really on my phone that much.
What?
I am too much for sure.
I always see you on your phone. I'm just joking. I don't know. I don't know.
I was like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's like,
Prove it.
yeah. Well, I mean, you guys filmed stuff on your phone, so it's like legit, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. I want a reaction to like be able to take out your phone quickly to get something because of those those moments that might help the project you're doing or whatever.
Sure. Yeah.
But I hate the reaction as soon as there's nothing going on and you're kind of sitting for a sec and you just pull out your phone. I hate it.
Yeah. It's tough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if there's things that you've been neglecting and you got to like answer some emails or whatever, then sweet. But like, even when there's nothing going on, it's still like whop every single time. You're like, come on.
Well, this thing tracks what's social media, what's productivity, so it like tells you in different levels. Dude, it'll take like 6 hours some days for me.
That's a lot.
I guarantee you, you're probably not far off. I'm not trying to. I get you because I thought I was like 2 hours. I'm like, 2 hours maybe tops. I guarantee it's far more than you think. I'm not an expert, but maybe it's an hour, half an hour. I don't know, but it's more than you think. You think you're on it.
Does it
It's
track if you're
definitely-
just talking to someone on the phone? Is that screen?
It
time?
tracks. I don't know if it tracks that. It might track that,
A phone call.
but it probably does. It's screen time.
We chat online for
Like, I play
3 hours
solitaire.
every day, so I guess you could say things are getting very serious.
Yeah, you guys dating? You guys going out?
He loves Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh right, dude. Why isn't there Napoleon Dynamite 2?
Oh,
Dude, there was like I was watching something recently where they're like, why did they never make a sequel to that?
Yeah.
And I
Same
think
with
it was
Ferris
just-
Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah. I think it was just like one of those things where people were like intimidated to try because it was so
That's
good and
kind
so
of
organic
good.
that first time.
It was pretty funny. Yeah.
And it's
really
like,
funny.
but you know, there's like those types of movies that are like, they didn't really know like fully what to expect, but it happened organically. It was awesome. It was an amazing piece. But then it's like, they know for a fact if they tried to make another one and just tried to like copy it, but
It probably
it
wouldn't
would
work.
be like,
So they made
shit on.
like they made a super bad 2.
Yeah.
Might not work.
they?
No.
Well,
no.
and there's so many movies.
But Hangover, I thought the other
Oh,
Hangovers were pretty good.
But okay, I was thinking
There
back
isn't
when
number
we had
2,
Super
no.
Troopers too.
There's Super Troopers 2, which
I
is pretty good
know.
actually.
Yeah,
That was good.
It's not bad, yeah.
I like that. There's
Yeah.
all the like making fun of Canadians in it. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
It
Love
was
the
so
shitty
over
French
the
talk.
top.
It's super
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
It was pretty
I think that's like the sequel, no sequel thing has always been something I've been like, I mean, I'm not a movie buff, but I feel like, why would they make a sequel about that? Then I'm like, I will always give a sequel a chance. I think like Ghostbusters, I haven't seen the most recent one, but they're making another one.
Oh.
Like, Ghostbusters 2 is funny. It's not awesome. It's
Yeah.
funny.
Well,
But
it's like-
even Hangover 1, 2, and 3, I'm checking the camera here, but Hangover 1, 2, and 3, it's good.
yeah, I think
I-
it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always liked movies where they make a sequel, but it's like quite a different. It's like similar, like the same characters, obviously, but in a quite a different scenario. So like Ace Ventura,
Yeah.
and then the second one, When Nature Calls, it's kind of a full different premise and location. So it's like it's a
He had the
different
same
movie.
job though,
No.
right?
What is it?
He's
He had
still
the same
He's still a
job.
pet
Yeah.
detective.
Yeah.
Exactly, but
Dude.
But
yeah, in
so
a
it's
new-
like I like
yeah,
that because it
that
was
switched
really
up.
two different movies. It wasn't like the same movie twice, and one was just way better.
That first one was so good though.
Oh,
Holy
it's so
fuck,
good.
man! There's so many good movies I forget about.
Oh, yeah.
Like I wish, my life I'd taken track of movies that I liked and just like made a note of it, and thought about it, because movies I forget, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot how good that is. You know,
Yeah.
like Christmas Vacation, I'll never forget how good that is.
Oh.
Like I'll watch that tonight. I don't
Dude,
care. It's
yeah.
so fucking funny, right?
Dude, like Chevy Chase
Oh,
and
yeah.
Bill Murray in those like earlier years, like Caddyshack. Bill Murray in Caddyshack
Yeah.
is like one of the best things ever. But those guys, because they were just like kind of just shooting the shit, and it was so funny.
Yeah. Oh, they're making a Zombieland 2.
I literally watched this
I
last
fucking
night.
saw the preview today.
and
It looks
it's
fucking awesome. I mean,
Always a reality that it bums me out that Bill Murray did not get to hang out in that movie longer.
I know. But he plays the best role.
He plays the best role.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like,
He's shot.
that's my fault.
Yeah.
And then when he prolongs his death and the girl starts laughing, it just kills me.
Yeah, that's a good movie, man. I think fucking Woody Harrelson when he's like,
Oh,
Bill
man.
fucking Murray, he's freaking out. Yeah. I think that, what's that kid's name in that? He was in the Facebook movie. What's that kid's name?
Jesse Einsberg?
Yeah, he's good, eh?
Yeah, he's
yeah,
good.
he
Yeah, I like
definitely
that guy.
blew up from the Facebook movie into some other roles, which is good because it's more
American
of a
Ultra
comp-
is awesome.
Oh,
Have you seen
yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. He's in it. It's like he's like the missing link or something. I don't know. Or she is. I don't know. Something going on. It's really good.
Hey,
Yeah.
Oh, have you seen Ad Astra yet?
No,
It's in the movies.
I heard it sucks.
It's different.
Okay,
It's
cool.
like super different. Like have you
Okay, wait,
have you
is it
seen?
serious?
My roommate said
Is
it sucks.
It's
serious
serious
drama?
It's serious. Well, yeah, it's very
Brad
serious,
Pitt, right?
But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And have you seen? Well, you've probably seen Drive, like that Ryan
So
Gosling
good.
movie.
You
No?
Really?
Okay.
Okay, it's
Here's-
kind of an
Let's see
odd
shit.
movie, but you like Seinfeld, so it's kind of a movie about a bunch of bullshit.
Okay.
But
Drive is?
yeah,
Okay.
but it
Drive's
is really
about-
cool.
Well, I don't know about if it's about bullshit, but it's about. It's like
It
it's
doesn't have a direct storyline. It does.
it's
but
not. Yeah. Well,
it's
the thing is,
nothing
it's
crazy.
very. There's very small dialogue in it.
Yeah.
There's like
Right.
not a lot
Everything
said,
is subtle.
and everything is very.
Is
subtle,
he a
but really
psycho?
well done. He in that movie
What?
borderline, but
Okay.
he's also in this other movie called Only God Forgives.
Okay.
And that is like almost
Wait,
the same.
wait,
I
who's
believe
in
it's
this
same
movie?
Gosling, and it's I
have
think
not
it's the
seen
same
this.
director.
He's in a bunch of movies.
But it's like there's a couple of those movies that are kind of gnarly, but very little is said, and the shooting is done like so well.
Oh, really?
Place
So
Beyond
it's
the Pines.
yeah, like,
That
like
I've
that.
heard that's
as soon
really
as
good.
The movie
That's
came out, I was like, I got a dirt bike and I had some white on it, and I was just like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I go to Squamish Valley and I'm just gonna ride my dirt bike and maybe I'll find some girl to be my girlfriend. I don't know.
Is that what the movie's about? Don't. I want to go in fresh. Don't
no,
ruin
no,
it.
no, no,
Oh.
It's not about that.
So full circle, those movies,
Mm-hmm.
not a lot said, kind of on the serious side, but
Right.
really cool and really well done, and you're just like left thinking a lot.
Okay.
Ad Astra is like that,
Okay.
and Ad Astra is like a lot about.
It's
the-
a space thing, right?
It's like going to the outer limits of space, but it shows how vast. And it's
But the-
obviously you can never grasp how vast it is, but
right.
it's actually like kind of gives you this feeling, I think, better than any other movie so far,
Right.
at how quiet and lonely and like isolated everything
I
is.
feel
out
like it's
there.
kind of like
crazy.
I feel like it's like Martian and Moon, and that one where Sandra Bullock's in that one where she doesn't die but Clooney dies. What's the one where
I'm not sure.
that space movie where Sandra Bullock's in it?
I don't know. I don't know.
I
if
don't
Yeah,
know.
come on, it's
George
fucking so
Clooney
goddamn
and
famous.
Sandra Bullock are together in a movie.
They're in space.
What? I don't know. You might
It's just
have
like
one person
Spaceballs.
mixed up.
No,
Oh,
Spaceballs is
man.
great.
I
Fucking
love
so
that
good.
movie.
Spaceballs is good. That's the movie. I love it as a movie
So
podcast right now.
inappropriate.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's good, man. Spaceballs is fucking hilarious. Barf. I think it's
Yeah.
so funny, man. But no, the movie with Sandra Bullock, I think it's George Clooney, when they're in
Should we
space
start live
and
in
he
video?
dies.
Text in. Like,
Yeah,
we need
text in your
help.
favorite
Sure,
movie.
yeah, do it. Light it up.
No.
What the? I can't do my camera is my phone.
That was almost the worst idea from like.
I just, you know,
texting
I'm
you
gonna
to
start
save
doing
or
actually. I'm
something.
gonna start putting my phone number on. People can call in.
Yeah.
So I'll start advertising when the show's gonna be on.
That's good.
Because I don't think anybody would call. But I'll just start getting my friends to call in.
But if I was here
fake
on
it for
Wi-Fi
now?
right now, I've just put up a live post of this right now.
Yeah, but you can. I don't mind. I don't care if you use your phone. I was just kidding about that. But
Oh, no, that
we're
was a funny
probably
idea.
we've been going for like almost an hour.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, and there'd be a way to do that. Like even Instagram Live, you could do it.
Oh, even if we had
I could
the
do
phone
I
here,
so
we
I
could
can do
just see what people
I can do
are talking or saying
Podbean Live.
about
So the podcast app that I host on, I joined early enough that I got them. Actually, I'm fucking probably one of 100,000 people, but I joined this beta test group to live podcasts.
Mm.
Mm.
So I haven't done it. It's only open to like maybe a couple hundred people, but I haven't done it yet. So, but I can do I could do that and I could do live
Mm-hmm.
at the same time. So I could broadcast audio but
That'd
at the
be
same
sweet.
time.
That'd be fun. I reckon there's probably some ups and downs to it. Just
Well, I don't know how it would work because when you edit stuff, do you ever edit audio and video separately, like record audio and video, or do you always?
Usually, actually, most of what I've done in the past like year is actually Foley.
And so when you edit, are you using timestamps? And because like when I put this audio with that video, it's out of sync. About halfway through the video, it gets out of sync. I just shrink. I have to shrink the audio file.
Yeah, I mean, depending on like, yeah, you'd have to timestamp stuff, and you'd have to, or like, that's the only thing is like the actual like recording.
Just at different rates.
Timing, yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like barely off, but
Why is that?
It's just it's an inter thing. It's like no clock is actually perfect. Like even like atomic clocks. Are
But like,
you know,
I definitely do have, like when I put my phone video to that, and I sync them up.
yeah, and even if it's synced at the start, it may.
Oh, it's
by
way
the
at the
yeah,
end.
Yeah.
It's way out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough one. But
Yeah.
actually, like most of what I've done recently is I'll actually record all of the video.
You know what? You have to go in. You have to go in and look at the. If you go in the grow room there, in the white behind the white little thing there, you have to get the password out there because I changed the password. How are my plants doing? Yeah, I got a LED light for my. Just everybody knows. Stoked.
Yeah, LED
yeah.
light. It looked like a little party.
It's on there too. It's like there's a 5G. It's like A747, something like that.
How high are you right now?
Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah. I don't know you very well, man. I'm curious. Since Jesse's in there, fucking getting Wi-Fi. I don't. Oh, I could have shared my Wi-Fi with you. Here, I'm gonna share it with you right now.
There you go.
Boom, shared.
Boom.
Fucking technology.
You're good.
Yeah, I just did. Yeah.
Oh, that was so
Yeah, it's fucking stealth. Where'd you grow up? Where are you from? What's going on with you?
So I grew up just about like an hour and a half north of Toronto.
Oh,
Ontario.
I think we talked about this. Maybe I do know.
Yeah,
You know
I'm
what?
sure it like
The Earth is flat, and I don't remember what we're talking about. Yeah.
no, but
I grew up in Barrie, and you grew up like.
oh yeah, like
Yeah.
half an hour north.
We'll talk about
Oro,
this.
right above.
Yeah, we thought it was
Oro
for sure.
Medante.
Yeah,
You
Oro
guys
Medante.
definitely talked about
Fucking
this. I
yeah,
almost
right.
feel like
I just
there
have a
for
bad
this
memory
conversation.
of
No,
things.
it's all good. I have a really good memory. It's just really short.
Right. You almost forgot that I knew this stuff
like a
too. You were like,
goldfish.
wait,
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
But
that's cool.
yeah, and then
You moved
I've
out here.
been-
You've been traveling around.
Yeah, well, I was like, I started traveling kind of right out of high school, and like
Okay.
I was doing some coaching and a bit of competing. But then I had a few heavier years. I got on the like Grand Prix circuit
Oh, cool.
for slope and big air, just like a couple events, and then
Are you live feeding
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
right now?
live.
You
Stick.
guys have
Can you stick it to the fridge?
um,
What's on the back? Is it magnet? Oh, it's aluminum.
aluminium.
Is anybody watching this? Yeah. There's no way to stick it to the fridge, I guess.
But then and then I started like getting into filming and
Tape it to
once,
the fridge. Just tape there.
competing was tough because it was like, man, stuff got so gnarly in like 3 years.
Oh, really?
Like it went from like the first triple to every single person doing
You're
one.
doing live right now. The way
You
that's
know
so
what I
fucked
mean?
up. I was like, what the hell's going on here? People are talking.
But
Just tape it to the fridge.
Sirwa?
Oh,
you can
really?
tape it to the fridge.
Tape it to the fridge.
We're gonna tape it to the fridge.
But so like you were doing tricks shit and you just couldn't keep up. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just doing it.
No. Actually, yeah, it was just really tough to keep up with that crowd. And to me, I mean, I would travel around with the Canadian team, but I was never actually on it. So I
Okay.
was still paying my own way to like do this circuit, and it's expensive. And so I was like working my butt off all summer to like do the circuit in the winter, and then after that, I was just like, you know what? Maybe I'll put my funds into that I would work for all summer. I'll put that into like more camera equipment,
Oh, cool.
staying a little more stationary, but
So
actually
you were
like,
trying to really
producing.
actually do. Okay, cool.
So, and then I kind of got into that realm, and I started a series
Jesse
called
doesn't know what he's
Mental
doing.
Sound.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's good.
No idea.
But
What are you doing?
um,
It looks like my grandmother taped that on the fridge.
you got her.
Yeah. So
There we go.
So you were, but you just kind of
Yeah.
moved on.
Yeah, I just kind of moved on. Well, I just knew that like wasn't really an avenue for me. Like, because people, some people thrive in that area,
Right.
and like they.
Oh
they crush
man,
it.
live phone break.
That's a quack screen.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah,
your
yeah.
screen okay?
And then so when you
Yeah.
sorry.
So when I just kind of started filming because
Okay.
like I was like, this is something that I know more because I
Yeah.
had done a bunch of filming just during summers and done it for
Oh, cool.
work, and I was just like, I liked it a lot, and
See,
so
I
yeah.
always thought you were like a snowboarder first. Like I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. I know, but I know you snowboard. I didn't know you were employed as a filmer. Like I didn't like that was like
yeah,
your
technically I was just like super small freelance, and then
Right.
I started this series that got put on Snowboarder, and
Yeah.
and with two buddies of mine out of Colorado, and I like kind of just produced the whole thing.
Oh.
And it was sweet because I kind of did it the way I wanted to. It was a
Right.
different type of filming that wasn't like the way everything else was done.
Right.
Because like being more of a rider, you can actually like rip down the hill with them. And if
that must be
you're, like,
tough. Like fucking follow cams.
yeah. Well, it's just it's like any other skill. You just get used to it. And
There's a
then-
guy that I know, Kirk Bereska, who's like the legendary follow cam guy.
Oh yeah.
He's a skier guy.
He was like one of the first.
He's the OG.
yeah,
Like I
yeah.
don't know what he does now. He probably does some kind of filming or some kind of. I used to do all the film stuff on the mountain for Western Blackcomb. I like. I was like, we got
the
breast cam.
best follow cam before Gimbal God.
He was-
Kirk was kind of the guy
Oh,
on skis.
15 years ago.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
I remember that.
Like I was like, why are you skiing? He's like, because I need to do
Is
this.
that-
I'm like, what? He's like, give me the. I'm like, see, I need to start. I'm like, you're following them? He's like, yeah,
Oh yeah.
And that's-
legit.
He
That's like
had,
when the first actual gimbals came
yeah,
out too.
yo,
like the
And he
big-
had cameras
Yeah,
like
harness.
he had.
yeah,
He had a
full harness,
harness,
probably
yeah.
overhead, and like
He had full. He just held on to that shit, man. It was like
Oh
when
my
cameras were
gosh.
seriously cameras.
that's.
Mhm.
Probably, and when they were still using fucking film almost. Like still like like Super 8 was still a thing.
I
He
could
was.
see that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Holy
We
smokes.
He did it for,
follow
like-
cam with the red, did we?
We
Or
did.
did
We
we?
did some
Yeah,
stuff.
we
Not on a
did.
gimbal though, because
No.
like for a gimbal for that size of camera is like.
But the
it's just a big
follow
upright.
hitting a jump on a red was still.
Yeah,
But back
not-
then it was like a
not-
Panasonic like
You
something.
haven't actually gone over the jump yet. But
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I just remember him going like crazy if they got big
Mhm.
jumps. Helicopter in the air, and I'm like, and then, or actually even before, like, I'm like, dude, he just knew how to like tuck and roll. He's wiped out. But yeah, he's a skier
Well, you've
guy.
seen like Spencer, Gimbal God. He's
Yeah.
done. He's had some insane
Serious shit.
falls.
Yeah.
9 nights was.
And yes, that was
insane.
and man,
Following
I
Sebe de Buck.
like he.
He must have like danger pay.
I would
Oh.
think so. Well, no,
He
well,
probably
he
has
just
his own
knows he
insurance.
already
He's a-
knows that he's carved out this niche. And
He's
no
a
one does what he
ninja in the
does.
air for sure.
And
Yeah.
he probably names his price for that, And
Right.
I remember we were at Do Tour and just chatting with him for a bit, and he was like on contract for like I don't know 6 or 7 different like either brands or people or whatever
Oh, man.
at one time.
Everybody wants a piece, eh?
Everybody wants a piece,
Jesus.
but the thing is
You're
like
not gonna get that footage anywhere else.
No.
no, it's insane. But like, yeah, he is the only one that can do it as good as he can, which is sweet. But and it's like curated perfectly to watch on your phone because it's
Yeah.
that close. There's like guys doing like the best in the world doing the best tricks, and their body takes up.
He's
the
like
entire
here, man.
screen.
He's like
Yes.
right here with them. It's
Mhm.
fucking crazy.
No, and
Yeah.
like, and the crazy thing, like I've like
fucking nuts.
I've had the honor of
Yeah.
being like got a couple clips done by him,
Yeah.
and he's like he knows exactly what he's doing. He's like, okay,
Just go.
we're going into this jump, like to grab a hold of the camera, and then we'll let go like 50 feet from the end, and then we're gonna do it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, sounds good. And he's just, yeah, it's perfect.
Like you guys follow cam. Obviously, I've seen it. And you guys are good at it and stuff. It must be like. I just don't know how people like. I don't know how because you obviously can't always be looking at the camera. So you've got to know where the camera is in relation to the guy in that you're filming and where you are in relation to the ground. And you can't be doing this like looking through the viewfinder. Like you just gotta go and kind of sense.
Yeah.
We're going by feel.
Yeah.
A
You
lot of
gotta
feel.
know. Yeah.
Well, it's like technically, like if you're riding down the hill, you could point your hand relatively at somebody and be looking forward the entire time, right?
Right.
Like you know that enough. So if you can figure the actual framing from the extension of your arm
Right.
pretty well, the better you can get that.
it's always
going.
kind of wide angle too,
There's
right?
a- yeah, I mean,
the most part.
to me the tighter the
Gangster.
better because well,
It's super
just
cool
because
because you're like you gotta be good at it.
and
Yeah.
it makes for like to me I
Yeah.
love the shot. There's so much like parallaxing and stuff whipping by
Right.
because
Yeah.
wide angles, everything just looks small unless you're just underneath pointing
It's
up.
cheating.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
cheating.
Well,
Sorry, everybody. It's fucking cheating.
Well,
No,
but
I don't know.
You
Maybe
see,
it's not.
like,
Wide angle
it's like
bullshit.
It's like skateboarding. You know, you see
Yeah.
you see everybody with like
The
the dash
fisheye,
line so
yeah.
low, and it's sick, and then everything looks big, and then you see that spot in real life, and you're like, that's it.
Yeah, well, it changed perspective
And
for
you're
sure.
just like, it looked like 4 times as big. Like
Yeah.
you gotta be kidding me.
You know what gets me every time I see snowboarding is when, like, I've seen spots on camera and they'll shovel the stairs out just to make it more sketchy.
Gnarly. Yeah.
And I'd be like, no, leave them full of snow. I don't need to fucking hit like that. But it's like they shovel it to make it it's like so skate.
You're gonna
focused.
earn that
Yeah.
stair massage.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Do you guys you guys used to, right? Do you like urban
Some
shit?
street stuff.
We could if
I've
we
done some
wanted to,
stuff.
yeah.
Let's go do some.
Okay.
Let's joke. But you guys don't like. I mean, did you ever do it like as like a thing?
I've had a couple of rounds.
Yeah, me
before,
too.
and
The weirdest thing I ever did was a road trip up to Smithers with like Leo Horn, Callie Vanuler, and a couple other people. And what we were doing was going to promote Camba Champs all the way up from Smithers and work our way
Really,
down,
eh?
do a demo. They had a
That didn't
a
work.
shop there.
Sorry, ding, zing. Sorry, not your fault, clearly. But yeah,
But yeah, we just stopped at some street spots on the whole way up, going north, and that was like a pretty
Yeah.
fun street session actually.
it just seems so fucking
yeah.
gnarly, man.
It's
Skateboarding. I mean, it
Yeah.
just seems like it comes to the territory.
Yeah.
But to go on the street and snowboard, I don't know.
It's a whole nother level. I really appreciate it, but I just
Yeah.
I knew from like early on that I want to be boarding somewhere where people want me to board, you
Right.
know, or where they're like, hey, can we build this feature for you?
Sure.
Or can
Cool.
we like help? How can we help you ride in this area?
Yeah.
As opposed to like, you know, street riding, you're just like kind of like, okay,
just
should we start setting up? Should
Let's
we
grind
start
these bolts
shoveling?
off this
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah, and then
It's
and then
so
if people do
gnarly.
come along, then it's like, oh,
Yeah.
You know, and then you get- yeah, you get the
ticket. Or
booty.
some people,
Yeah.
boarders get tickets.
yeah.
What is the ticket for that? Is this trespassing or do you know what it is?
Well, if it's destruction of property,
Oh,
say
right,
like
sure.
Dan
It's fucking
Breezy,
vandalism.
People are doing X Games, real snow, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine the kind of ticket you get. You're
Like,
just
is it-
ruining something that
It's
someone
vandalism or
built.
something? I wonder what it is. Like it's like trespassing
It's
probably first and
literally
foremost.
destruction of property if you're altering whatever.
Well, if you're there with like a grinder taking
Yeah.
bolts off,
Oh, yeah.
But
which
that is
is
so common. They put that next game's real snow. You know, it's
Yeah.
kind of funny, but
it
Yeah,
is
and
funny when you
trespassing,
implicate
yeah.
yourself in videos and then don't give a shit, right? I mean,
Yeah,
it just
well,
doesn't
that's
happen
part
so-
of that is definitely
part
part
of
of
it.
it.
Yeah,
But did
It's
you have
totally.
a Vizzy vest on?
badass.
Oh, it's awesome,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I love it's
Oh,
awesome
yeah.
when like security guard gets pissed off and he goes and at the end he's like, yeah, he's like
Yeah,
psyched at the
yeah.
end. He's like,
I love that too.
Yeah.
There's definitely like things about it that I'm just like, oh, it's so cool, it's so
Mm-hmm.
badass, but
Talking about features being built though, that's like a goal we should maybe try to get
Yeah.
Mr. Blackcomb to do.
oh yeah. Well, I mean,
Because-
if it's organized ahead of time and you kind of just know what you want to do,
Mhm.
then it's like super doable. I mean, like I'm Mr. Pitch Deck now.
Yo,
Like, on my
I saw
computer,
that
like, I'm
today.
pitch-
You're working on decks, yeah.
ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
You just
that's the thing too. You gotta be skilled in pitching to people too, right?
Yeah,
a little bit harder now with Vale.
Pitching and bitching.
Yeah.
Oh
that's
man,
true.
yeah.
If I had to buy a pass this year, I'd be so furious, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna say. I mean, it's been 15 years. I've had my first pass.
Ooh.
Cool. You know, what was a first for me last
I'd
year
be so mad.
in probably about 15 years was missing opening day.
Oh, I missed out a bunch. Yeah, I'm over that now. So good though. Yeah, such a good festivity.
That's
Even though it sucks usually.
yeah.
Everyone's just fucking running, but it is cool to be out there since I did it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
a
like-
lot of- lot of
Okay, we
energy.
need a better opening than last year because
When's-
last year was what, one strip down to green chair.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when's the last time you could ski or ride all the way to the village on opening day?
I don't ever recall
Like
that.
years. I've done it in my time
Really?
here. Well, yeah, but like that was like 15 years ago. But
But I've been
I don't know
here
when.
for almost 12.
Yeah, it's happened before for sure, but I'm trying to think of when. It's been like maybe
Damn.
once or twice.
Last year was my favorite opening of all time. I went up late.
heard
I
about
was
that.
coming up from the city, and I went and hiked over, and it was just
We're talking about
the
opening
most-
day at Whistler Blackham for anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
fair.
to the world out there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Just living in the bubble. But that was my favorite opening of all time since I've been here.
Oh,
last
really?
Year. Yeah, because it cracked. It was so bluebird, and it was cold, and the snow was good.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
That's
Could
cool.
Not believe it.
I don't know where I was. Oh, I was in fucking, where was I? I don't know where I was. I wasn't here.
You were
I was
doing
somewhere.
weed stuff.
Probably weed stuff before, yeah, after it was legal. No.
He was caught in the weeds.
There was one year I was in Nicaragua and I was like fucking awesome here.
Oh no.
And then I think that was 2 years ago. Then last year, this time, what the fuck? Anyway, whatever. I didn't do it. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
But it's almost not as good as Gaper Day.
Ooh.
I missed last year's. and
I feel like Gaper Day, this
okay.
is going to be maybe offside. Sorry, everyone. But I feel like Gaper Day is kind of like not so much of a snowboard thing.
Really?
I don't know.
I mean,
maybe I'm wrong.
2 years ago, Craig and I probably had the best caper day I've
Cool.
ever had.
Yeah,
Black
for sure.
home.
Okay.
When Cy and Asher were here.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was-
Right.
We
I'm a skier. I just maybe
we
that's why I
got
think it's so.
so loose, and it was so funny. We had friends going down before we did, just messages. There's a roadblock, like don't drive. Blah blah.
really?
Blah. Oh yeah, it
Oh,
got
yeah, 'cause
so
it's fucking-
psycho.
yeah.
And I remember going up the gondola, and we decided to go and upload from the bottom of the village, and they were just people were pouring out 2 sixes of booze.
That's a
they were
bummer,
just like
man.
2
not
sixes and
discreetly
12 cases
going
of
up. Just
beer. Well, but it's
It's
just
like I take
like,
drugs in your pocket. They can't find it.
well, it's just like just be smart. Like it's like it's actual business going on.
Yeah,
So it's like
yeah.
if you're gonna be Mr. Bring a bottle of vodka
Yeah.
do it 2 days
in your
2 days
backpack,
prior.
like come on, you can hide it better
Yeah.
than that.
Or just chug it before you go up, and then you just.
yeah, just chug
let
it
it
before
ride
you go up,
till-
and then you
Oof.
just like fall out of the gondola when you get to the top. Just poof.
Dude, pre-drinking's a fucking usually doesn't work for me.
I
It ends up being because I pre-drink and I
On a
re-drink and I
gaper
continue to
day?
drink.
So that means you're drinking at 9 a.m.
Yeah, well, fuck. Dude, people do worse.
It's 5
things,
o'clock
man.
somewhere.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's gaper day.
People
I-
do a
think-
lot worse. Hey, that is a new motto.
What about Aussie Day? People drink like
Oh my god.
Oh.
like what
Oh,
they.
When
I
that
don't
girl
wanna
ate it
know.
on the
Yeah.
cat track, was
Oh
it
my
Aussie
God.
Day?
It might have been.
Oh
it was
my
for her.
god. Yeah.
Right, people get fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's funny that
I'm all right.
I like probably clearly not. I think it's funny when they have like these big events and they try to control it and everyone's like, no, you're not controlling
Yeah.
it. Like
Mm.
Heckler's Rock for a while.
Oh, that was
It's
crazy.
shut
And
down
people
now.
having chainsaws out there.
It got stupid.
Insane.
People were being fucking idiots. But there was a point where like, yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
And it clearly wasn't fine. There's way too much shit going on.
Oh my gosh.
Even at Joyride, some guy had a chainsaw, and it was so
but that's
obnoxious.
but
and
that's
loud.
but
that
that's-
was legit.
But that's like a that's like an ode to
Steve's.
yeah, for sure.
um,
Stevie Smith. I don't remember his name.
Is his name Steve Smith?
I don't remember. I'm gonna butcher this. I don't want to disrespect.
We
but
can't talk about that.
It's definitely an ode to the like and I think
Yeah.
it's cool, but it is loud.
Yeah.
But now
oh, yeah.
even in Europe they have the games like nah 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 like they take the chain out.
yeah, and
it's
just
gas.
run us off.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool actually. Like
Just 2-stroke smoke in the crowd.
yeah, it's cool. But that was hectic, dude.
Yeah.
Is that thing still live right now?
You say-
My
yeah.
phone? Oh yeah, my
it
phone's
is.
live.
Oh, what's up?
Yeah, do you guys want to know how many people are on
Somebody
there?
asked us a dumb question and then we can't even see what you're typing.
No, I could
think
tell you guys what
nobody's-
they type us, but I couldn't tell you
I don't think anybody's typing anything right now.
why.
Doesn't it,
Oh,
like,
I can write back. Actually, there's enough room.
doesn't
I
it scroll up though? Shouldn't it
for
be
the
shouldn't-
podcast coast
Pod-
the podcast.
Podcast.
I legitimately, yeah, we taped my phone to the fridge. It looks so.
It looks great. I
It's
wanna take a
ghetto.
picture of
looks
it
better
right
than my podcast.
Yeah,
Jimmy.
do you got your phone?
Looks
You
better than it's gonna look like it's on YouTube. It's
Like,
looking like
hey,
shit.
my first podcast looked
Yeah.
like this. Yeah, someone on my live should ask us something to talk about, something anyway, anything they want to know. Maybe I'm gonna go check this out.
Yeah, check it out. I don't know. What else are we gonna talk about? It's been like
now.
been an hour.
Well, with the
What's going on? Yeah, tell me something business wise or something you need to.
Business-wise.
What do you want to plug?
plug. I
I don't know.
I don't know. I just went to Australia for my first time.
You did.
Yeah.
I've never been there.
No,
No.
it's a lot of fun.
What'd you go there for?
Snowboarding and working.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. It's coaching or just
with,
like
filming,
Oh, cool.
shredbot
Oh,
stuff.
cool.
Yeah. So
first time?
that's yeah.
Sick. Did you surf too or just snowboard and that's it or what?
We surfed one day right at the end.
Okay.
A friend of ours lives down there, like just south of Sydney, and we like right the night before we flew out. We
That's
just
cool.
Ran to his.
I guess you kinda
place
have to,
and-
right?
Yeah. Oh, it was
That's
fun.
cool.
Of course, I just got like caught no waves and just
Right.
got eaten by.
Oh fuck! Who? No one can surf, man.
Eaten by sharks.
Eat my shacks. Yeah,
But
that's cool.
no, it was sweet. And then on Saturday morning, so yeah, in like a day, I can
Right.
run to Switzerland for my first time.
Oh, cool.
So I'm stoked about that.
My mom was just there and said she told me to take my inheritance to go to Switzerland because it's so
Ooh.
beautiful, and I was like, okay, mom, I will.
Whoa.
There you go.
So there you go. There's some good
Yeah.
vouching for Switzerland.
I've only heard amazing things.
Yeah,
And
expensive.
Only downside is
Mhm.
expensive.
I went there
Yeah.
once. I stayed in a hotel once because I went to Chamonix for work for a few years ago. When you
This was
fly-
on your Croatia trip?
No, this is for work for Arc'teryx. I went to Chamonix and you fly into Switzerland into Zurich, and you drive. It's closer. But me and my buddies were going. We got a hotel at the airport the night before we were leaving. It was like, I'm like, I got dinner. Don't worry. So I bought dinner. It was like $200. Like three of us had like a salad and a beer each.
Oh.
It was chaos. I'm like,
I
what?
can see that.
But the hotel was pretty cheap. It wasn't that expensive. It was like cheaper. It was the same price to get the hotel as it was for dinner.
Did
Wow.
you say it was kale tossed?
It was kale tossed. Yeah, kale tossed is chaos. Kale tossed. is
Kale
probably-
toss. No, I've heard like some things are relatively
Yeah.
like good price, and then some things are just like what.
Yeah. So you're going there to shred, or what are you doing there?
Yep.
There's
Shred
snow
and,
there,
well,
right?
well, and to film. I'm going there with Tor, and we're doing almost 2 weeks there, and for Stomping Grounds,
Okay.
Charles
cool.
Beckinsale's little
Right.
protege park.
Right. Cool.
It looks insane.
And it's that's cool.
Well, and actually, and then that time of year, it's like kind of when that whole group is there, because it's just like the best conditions, because it's like actually winter, and
Right.
like conditions are somewhat soft but like grippy,
Right.
and then
Yeah.
like just builds the best jumps that they can, and
Cool.
you see a lot of stuff go down there.
Yeah.
I used to work with I used to have the blank paper guys, Benedict brothers, come over to build jumps here,
Oh yeah.
and I helped them build jumps and stuff, and they were like so specific.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Europeans are like, even like when I used to work with Hugh Olsen back in the day, he used to wear a scarf, super weird, but like a super.
He's a
silk,
model.
He works silk scarf.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I think his parents have a like a personal submarine,
Oh.
but I don't know.
Well,
I'm making sure.
have you seen his stuff recently? Like all of his YouTube?
No, but
comedy
he's
stuff?
like, I haven't seen it in a while. I don't know.
It's he's doing well,
Yeah.
and
I believe it.
starting a family soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on the way.
Cool.
But
But I remember it's like they're so like with their snowboarding and their jumping and like they're so like thought out.
yeah.
It's just, I don't know.
Oh,
It's just,
it's crazy.
yeah.
And like the more and more just paying attention to and getting to just kind of jump from park to park and
Yeah.
see different park builders and their just like style of jump, then it's
Yeah.
like you really see why a lot of athletes are starting to favor certain park builders, and
Sure.
that's kind of why something might thrive, because recently the Stomping Ground started, and it didn't like it wouldn't have become much of a thing unless everybody already like didn't know Charles
Right. Okay.
and what he was doing.
Right.
And so it's like everybody's like, oh, anywhere that Charles goes and builds a park, they're like, I'm down.
There's those
And there's a
guys
lot
that-
of good builders. Like, I mean, there's a lot of good builders, but it's
There was-
it's just you find a preference for sure.
Yeah, there was guys who used to. I remember like when I used to work with Red Bull and stuff. They would bring guy or not when I worked with Mr. Black and Red Bull would come. They'd bring their own builder. There was
Yeah.
some guy. I can't remember what the guy's name was.
He's the guy who did Seb Toots jump.
Yeah.
Right beside Shaq in the
Super
Black
famous.
Park.
Yeah, there's
right
like-
before the Olympics.
There's like probably I used to remember there was like 4 or 5 guys that just kind of get rotated around.
Yeah.
But even here, even like guys like Marty back in the day here, those guys built crazy jumps.
Is he the dirt
Lucas,
bike guy?
Marty Gotri? No, he's I don't. He's a groomer. I think he's groomer supervisor, groomer manager now. But he's just a ski shredder, old school guy. He's been around forever. But he built sick jumps. He used to build awesome jumps for us.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's hard to build a jump, man.
Yeah. Oh, insanely hard. I've sat.
That's
in
why
the
when we
ca-
talked about like they build a jump for Fire and Ice versus building a jump for like somebody in Europe.
Yeah.
It's
Even-
like night and day. It's like not
Yeah.
even close. Yeah.
I mean, I've sat in a cat and directed somebody to build a jump. This is back home at a
Yeah.
small resort.
Yeah.
But just to like, they needed a bit of guidance, and even I was like, that looks good. I had to keep getting out
You're
of the
like, I don't know.
cat and like walking way far away. To,
Makes
like,
me
see what it
sick.
looks like.
Yeah.
It's insane.
When you're
It's
not
so
driving.
insane.
When you're literally in charge of trajectory.
Yeah.
That is so
Well, it
scary.
used to be you just build a jump and do it's like, oh, see how it goes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Now it's like, okay, you got your. And now it's like it's so mathematical.
Well, and like matching degrees, or like there's
Yeah.
like always a certain amount of degree like that the landing differs from the takeoff, so that
Right.
it's like the consequence goes from like here to here if you get a few degrees right.
Which is funny because like everyone wants to see where we go so high in the air, right? But they build these jumps that are safe, and you're just kind of skimming. Like you build these like step overs or whatever, and you're kind of like,
Yeah.
it doesn't
On
look
the
as
way down, you skimming the
you don't
knuckle.
quite. I mean, I'm not discounting it at all. It's fucking killer because you're still going the same speed and everything else. But like, it doesn't look when you look at like something like back in the day, like
Like step downs, like huge
You're
step
like,
downs.
it's fucking so dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh, did you say
So
Parkosaurus?
I was a Parkosaurus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it's like
Oh, have you ever seen that,
fucking
Craig?
sketchy.
Oh, it's like a cheese wedge and then nothing, and it's just this landing forever.
gosh.
Guys used to get so wrecked on it.
Yeah.
Also, Snow Wars in
Yeah.
Australia was insane.
Star Wars.
it was old
Star
school.
Wars.
Star Wars or Snow Wars
Star Wars was that big event
in Australia?
All I know is Star Wars. I don't know what you're talking
Star
about.
Wars.
Oh, it was this massive jump,
I'm getting a beer.
Oh yeah,
and
that
it was psycho. Guys were going down.
And that
People were
looked
getting
like-
wrecked.
such a big step down.
You need to check the live feed, Ryan. What's happening over there? No, that's your camera. Yeah, that's your phone.
Ah,
Hey.
Cody Parsons waving.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's funny when you're gonna open the fridge. Yeah, open the fridge. That's so funny. It shows all your studio lights.
Yeah, I'm setting up here.
But
That's the longest live feed there is.
No,
Well, there's-
I've seen some live feeds.
but that was like we went to Super Park, and there was like
Oh, there's a bunch of you scroll up.
the 2 years in a row I was at Mammoth, like the last 2 years that it was on, and the
For Snow
first
Park,
for Super Park.
Super Park,
Yeah.
yeah.
The first year that we did it, there was a few features that were built like show features, so like a big step down,
Oh yeah.
big step down, and like or some like funky shape jumps, and the amount of people that were down
that
to
gonna
actually
reach?
hit anything and do anything big on it was so crazy because the biggest jump that they built was like 100 or so foot, maybe like 110, and that was just a perfect shape kind of step over, and it was unreal, like one of the best jumps I've ever hit. But it wasn't, they cut out the center of it, so like that was the gnarly part to make it like look big.
Yeah.
But the actual shape of it,
I know exactly what jump you're talking about.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that was like the jump, whereas like once you kind of got your speed dialed, that was by far the best jump
Yeah.
and like it was crazy because like you're way up the mountain. Like the in run is bigger than my home mountain where I learned to ride.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Fuck.
Same thing in
And
my
you're
ski
just
resort.
booking it, and like everything's salted to a T, so it's like kind of a
Yeah. Fertilizer.
chattery.
You're just like
yeah
skimming
and
across
then,
the ground.
and then you like, and it just looks like this massive wall in front of you, like an apartment building that you're just gonna start riding up. But it was sweet, and the shape of that was perfect, where even people who were, if you overshoot that jump, I mean, mind you, I think Scotty Vine overshot it on a test day and broke his jaw from the impact, and like,
Wow.
because he went like, when you miss that, that's like he was going from 100 to like 200 feet instead.
Really? Yeah, you got to build a landing
with
so
how
big.
steep it is.
Well,
and
with how
distance
steep it is and how big the
height.
land, he just
Yeah.
like you just go and go and go.
Well, because overshooting it,
yeah,
the
And-
ground drops away
And
fast.
oh yeah, and
I don't
Anna.
really
So
have much
the
experience
crazy
with that,
thing
but-
that we were watching too is like during this whole session, Anna Gasser was riding with us, and
Right.
she was hitting it and crushing it, and she was going really big every single time.
Right.
So she was doing like back threes, back fives. I think she did a couple
She's
other
got
tricks.
little legs.
And she's like, yeah, she's like,
Wow.
she's more petite, but she was sending it so far down. So she was like, the jump's like one or like 100 or 110. She was going like 170.
Holy shit!
And,
Really?
Like, but,
Fuck
but
yeah!
mind you,
Boom.
the landing, like as you were looking at it, it was like halfway down the landing, so it's still
Right.
like decent pitch.
Yeah.
But she was smashing pretty hard. But that landing's like almost 200 feet long, or more.
Right.
Sorry, probably more. Way
I
more.
mean, the advancement in landing technology, just like trajectory and stuff. Not like
I
technology.
thought you were
but,
talking
like-
about people's legs.
yeah.
Well, even then,
advances in landing-
but that's like leg day. But I mean, like, just like, I don't know shit about jumping. I don't know what I'm talking about. But I feel like the landings now, they just, as long as they make them long enough, but they got to make them steep. So when you land, you kind of like,
As long as you
kinda
land on
catch
some
yourself.
kind of downslope and don't hit the spoon of where it
Yeah.
flattens out or
You're
starts
fucked.
to even out.
Yeah,
you
it's
will
going to be
not-
a big impact, but
Yeah.
it's like it's tolerable for somebody who takes care of their legs.
Overshooting jumps has got to be probably the sketchiest thing, right?
Well,
Like-
we were
Well,
talking about
it's-
this.
These, like,
and I did that in my
collapsing
If you're
hometown.
ready and you just pop, and
Yeah.
you know you're going massive, then you just kind of like chill and you're like, okay. And it's like the fear is already gone.
Yeah, you
because you're
just
like, I'm in
chill.
this,
Yeah, you
I'm
just
in this.
chill.
I got to figure it out.
Oh God!
And then you're just like chilling, and you're like kind of spreading a bit because you know you got to slow everything down, and you're like impact in 3, 2, 1, and then there's a smash, and
Yeah.
whether you can take it or not, it's like sometimes.
well, I
This is how
think
you're
there's
gonna
a
have to deal
threshold
with
for
it, yeah.
everybody. There's,
Oh.
at some point, no one can take it.
For sure, and depending on like what you did in the air, if you did something that you like,
Yeah.
and you actually like want that,
Try
then you try hard to land.
Yeah,
it.
you can
maybe,
try and hold it.
maybe that means a bruised heel or something.
I guess like I fucking knuckle every jump, so I don't really I don't get too far. But like I feel like even then I'm like I prepare for the knuckle, you know, it's
Yeah.
the same thing.
But
But
you
you
got
still have that
strong
impact.
knees.
Like it hurts my feet.
Yeah.
But man, to land flat, fucking hell.
I'd
No,
rather
not cool.
I'd definitely rather go big than knuckle for sure.
Who's that
Knuckle.
one skier, that one jump? The short guy, Simon something.
Simon Dumont.
Oh, God.
What about
You
him?
know that footage of him overshooting that jump?
Or shit. Oh my god.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
It's
that
a
one-
park jump,
it's a-
and it's like, I don't know,
you
Teddy
get-
Bear
you got- you
Crisis
gotta-
or some
you gotta
old ski
slide
movie.
toe
You guys know
into
more than
that,
I do.
right?
All I remember is like Tanner Hall saying, "I broke my ankles."
Jazz Gap, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's all I remember. But
could
people get
imagine-
fucked up,
imagine
dude. People,
Ankles exploding in ski boots. Oh,
dude. If you break your ankle in a ski boot, just end it. I don't know how you fucking do it. It's fucking crazy. Ski boots are the worst. I don't know. Like I like skiing, but ski boots are the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Like snowboard boots aren't that cool. Are great because they're kind of like boots, like shoes.
Mm-hmm.
But like ski boots,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've
ski
seen a
boots.
lot of snowboarders bust their feet up in snowboard boots too. 'cause
Oh
they're
no,
so
I'm not
soft.
talking about the like. I'm just saying snowboard boots are like at least they're like more wearable. You can drive in them.
That's true.
That's true.
You can't really drive in
I
ski
have
boots.
used to drive my.
There's a dude that lives.
standard car.
There's an old guy in Whistler. I don't know if I can say his name, but he's been here forever. He works for Whistler Buckham. He's like this legendary guy. I used to work for Whistler Buckham. I seen him pull up in the morning. He'd pull up to the office. He'd pop out and his ski boots would be on. Driving a Whistler Buckham truck like into the village. He's like 100 right now, but like he would drive into town. I'm like, dude, he'd get out. And he'd like wear fucking ski boots. It's so funny. Old guys do it, man.
I mean, if you can do it,
It's hard. I've done it. It's almost close to not possible.
jeez.
Like it's fucked up because you can't.
It's only a pushing motion. You can't.
You gotta use your
hinge
leg. You can't use your ankle. There's no ankle move.
There's no hinge.
It's all just like
just pressure.
it's leg
Jam.
and then no ankle.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I don't even want to think about that. Actually, I had a friend just like in Whistler today. There was a 4-car pile up.
In
today.
Whistler?
Yeah.
Somebody texting, I bet, man.
The guy was going. Apparently, he was going closer to 80 because he made 4 cars collide into each other.
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah. Some dude driving a
gosh,
Nissan
dude.
Pathfinder and just punch it, Chewy.
How many times? You know what? I've seen some crazy shit driving. Have you guys
Man.
like? I've seen some
Ludicrous
crazy
speed.
shit driving.
Go.
Oh, can I tell you a story
You
about
can
Alberta?
tell a story for sure. That's what this is about.
There is this road that separates Calgary and Alberta, and it is damn near so straight. And I'm cruising. I'm going to work. I was working in Alberta. I go out to work, and I see this person. It's early in the morning. Like I'm talking really early. Like it's maybe 6 a.m.
Right.
But I've been driving from Calgary for maybe about 45 minutes now, and now I'm on the main stretch of the highway, and it goes straight, and it just snowed.
Yeah.
And I'm in my big truck, and I'm just cruising, and I go to pass this person. They're in a RAV4.
Right.
And they're this
Sick
small
ride.
human. Yeah, and they're cruising. And then I start to feel this odd. You gotta turn that shit down.
I'm not turning it up because you're too far in the microphone.
Oh,
But I
sorry.
won't say anything.
So I
keep
start
it
to get this
polite here.
weird feeling because something's happening. And I don't
Yeah.
know what.
Ah,
The
you can
road's
tell,
so
right?
straight.
That gut feeling. You know something's gonna get fucked up.
I knew something was gonna get fucked up, but also it's because in my peripheral, you know that old school video game when you have the steering wheel and the foreground is moving, but you're like the little race car and it doesn't move, but everything else around you moves, so you have to adapt to it.
Kind of.
So this person's beside me, and they just start veering off to the right,
Oh no.
and I think they were sleeping.
Oh, dude, for sure they were.
Oh, so it was so
I've been there.
crazy. And in between Calgary and Edmonton, there's all these fields everywhere. And this RAV4 just starts getting pitted. It's just, it's
In dirt.
barreling over the hood. And I'm just driving forward, and I start to look back. And I can't believe what's happening.
my
And
God.
this person is just looks like they're white knuckling the steering wheel, and
Trying
they're
to
just
not die,
holding
dude.
on, probably, but they don't really realize what
Because they
happens.
woke
But the
up.
car's perfectly fine. It just goes into this field of pow, basically.
That's funny shit.
And I didn't stop.
He was fiending a slash. He couldn't like hold out any
Yeah.
longer. He's like, I need it. Pow.
dude,
Fuck. I couldn't stop. I had
People
somewhere to be.
People get fucked up driving, man. And
Providing he
close
was
calls.
okay, I hope.
Close calls are funny. Close calls are
That
like.
person was totally fine. They landed in a cloud. I was like, okay, you're fine. Like,
Man.
your car needs to get towed out, but cool.
I was driving. I was on. This is fucked up actually. I was driving.
Oh, God.
I was crossing the Ironworkers Bridge in Vancouver, and I was going towards Hastings, and I think I was going to Tacopino, on Hastings there, whatever it is. And there's this whole. It's a bunch of roads get together into one spot where Hastings meets like wherever the fuck Hastings crosses over Highway 99, like over like just at the end of the Ironworkers Bridge. There's a dude in a fucking Ford Explorer. He's coming down Hastings, and he's turning right to get on to Ironworkers Bridge.
Right.
It's like there's like a I don't know what you call that, but it's like
Is it not the merge lane? The really long
sure it
merge
is.
lane?
It's right by the PNE or whatever it is.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, I
So
have
he
a
comes
story
around the
about that
corner.
too.
He comes around the corner, and
Yeah.
he high sides, right? So he's like, it's like
Oh
I'm watching. You know, like, that
my
feeling you said
God.
you have something's going wrong. You can
Yeah.
tell. I'm like, oh look at that. That is weird. That's not good. That's against geometry, whatever the fuck it is, right?
He's
And I'm like, holy shit.
defying the
Physics is
law of
starting to get
physics right
stirred
now.
up.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, it goes like flips over
Oh.
and lands on the median. So like it flipped. I don't know if I can flip because somehow it ended so the hood was on the median, and then it
He's trying to
wasn't.
dark slide the.
He was blunt, almost blunt. Nah, He was dark
was
slide.
blind?
He's dark sliding.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
Like front lip dark slide. I don't know how you say this, but
Oh,
anyway.
yeah.
In his fourth exhibition.
sick one.
He doesn't roll. He stops. And I'm like, holy fuck. And I'm like 6 lanes away because I'm like, I can't do anything. I'm like, there's the highway beneath us and stuff. It's between. And he just, it was like, looked super mellow. Like it looked like. And then the door opens and he gets out. He's standing there. The light goes green. The light goes green. I'm like,
Car's upside down still.
yeah, upside down. And he just front nose slid, dark slide across the median. And I'm like, holy shit, that guy is alive. And he's like assessing the situation right now. And I'm like, light goes green. I'm like, cool, I just drive away. The traffic's packed. I can't do anything about it. Like, there's nobody around.
Yeah.
But I was like, wow, I saw the whole thing. He came around the corner. He's like, whoop, 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 and then boom. And then he spun.
Oh man.
I was like, he got out and
I'm glad.
he's like doing this. What the fuck just happened to my
He's
car?
okay. I wonder
Did you
if
tell
like
anybody
after,
at Tacofino?
I wonder if after the fact and once like he's all right, everybody else is all right. He's like, that was pretty fucking cool.
That's fucking legit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking
just
made that
dark slid
happen.
the median.
I woke up in the ditch. I woke up in the bushes.
I woke up in the.
I woke up doing the same thing that person you were telling me did. I woke up. I was driving home from Vancouver and right by Galileo.
No.
That big long turn that comes around. And
Where I live.
Yeah, and then my phone, my computer might die soon, and I came around the corner and I fell asleep at the wheel and just kept turning. I guess right by where it says
You're a
like,
sleeper.
only my only time.
No.
I was asleep. I was partying and Salt Lake City the night before. Anyway, so I wake. I'm like, holy shit! I wake up and there's like dirt billowing over my car. I have a little old Mazda. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, so I'm like,
my gosh, man.
I'm full on reaction mode. I drop it into third. I get back on the highway and there's nobody on the highway. I'm like, I fishtail out. I'm going towards the median. I'm like, holy fuck, the median. I fucking go back, fishtail back towards the bushes, and I fucking get back on the road. And I stop right where everybody filmed. You know that dirt, that gravel pit where yeah. I stop right by the entrance. I'm like, holy fuck. I look over. There's these 2 old people that are like parked. I guess they were fishing on the side of the road. They were like, look at me. They're like, what the fuck just happened? I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, I don't know.
I got narcolepsy.
I go, so you know those white markers on the side of the highway that kind of flap. In the wind?
Yeah, they bend down.
Well, I kept flopping them over. No. So there's a dent in the hood of my car, exactly as that would look if it flipped on me and hit your car. And then there's 2 missing. They're still there. They're still not. They still weren't replaced. If you drive by, if you take that
Craig
road.
and I were there the other day.
Yeah.
Still missing. Yeah. Anyway, I fell right asleep at the wheel.
Oh my God.
Super dangerous.
Dude.
Not cool at all. And I realized that like. Now, if I have that problem, I pull over and I stretch or whatever. Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Totally.
Window open, chew gum, seeds,
Let
whatever.
that be a
Listen to everybody.
all.
Yeah. But when you see something crazy on the highway and you can just sense it, like you were saying earlier, you're like,
Yeah.
something's gonna happen here. I don't know what it is, and it happens. You're like, holy shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
I don't know. Have you had that before? You've got to have. You drive a lot.
I mean, I drive a lot, but I have never like anytime I start to actually like sit in and start to get that tired mode, I am pretty scared of that. Like in general, I'm a pretty like cautious person.
You
and,
are
like,
You seem that way.
cautious.
well,
yeah.
and but it's to the point where sometimes it bugs people.
Whatever, man.
Where I'm like,
Okay, man.
hey,
You're a
like
safety
you should
Sally,
be,
and that's fine.
You're not falling asleep with the wheel, that's for sure.
Hey,
Well,
fuck.
but-
Yeah, exactly right.
What's the biggest accident you've been in there? Like, have you ever like rolled the car? Have you been like smashed?
Never.
Have you been hit by somebody else?
Nope.
Well, I've been fucked by tons of people. I'm like,
Really?
That's insane. I've never been in an
I've
accident
had-
either.
I've had
like
one small ticket, like it was like an 80 zone to a 40 zone within like a couple hundred meters.
Really?
And I
Sounds like a
and
provincial
but
park
I was
thing.
and I was still going only like 60, but like right as it started.
wow.
And that's like when coming from the 80 and you're already going 60.
Yeah.
It's like, and there was a cop sitting right there, and it's the only ticket I've
course he
ever
was.
gotten. The
Oh man,
only thing.
I've had 3 cars written off. Not my fault. Been
Oh.
smashed into, like
Really?
fucked up, like
Yeah.
accidents
Wow.
for sure.
The hard part is like, and I think it's because my dad's like this too, but it's like you don't trust anyone else.
I don't trust anybody.
So
but
it's like I'm like scanning every other vehicle, any
Yeah, but-
pedestrian,
Yeah, you're driving
anything,
defensively.
and I'm like
False
actually
sense of
thinking
security
like
there.
I'm like actually thinking that they're that dumb that they're gonna like pull out, like if I'm going through an intersection and they're
Right.
like turning right into my lane, I like think they're gonna do it.
That's fair. People
Like
are
I'm
dumb.
like, you're gonna do it as I'm
Right.
approaching, and
Right.
so I'm like ready, and I'm just,
super funny,
it's
man.
bad, man. I'm
It's
gonna
not-
like take
yeah.
years off my life for stress.
Oh,
but-
it'll take your life away.
yeah.
Dude, I've been in accidents where I'm like, holy shit. I got hit one time. I was parked on the side of the highway, about to cross the highway. a lady in like those like vans that look like they look like a dustbuster. It's like the pointy van.
Oh yeah.
Old school,
Oh
like the
yeah.
yeah. Pontiac, Pontiac.
I know exactly what you're talking about. You
Transport.
just put a
Looks like a
handle on it, just-
dustbuster.
Yeah.
So she's fucking,
Cleaning the
she's
highway.
vacuuming up full speed up this hill. And I'm parked on the side of the highway. And it's like there's cars going by, right? This lady, I don't know how she goes, but anyway, she comes like, doesn't stop on the highway. Gets T-boned by a Toyota Corolla. I'm going to my college graduation. I'm wearing a full suit. And I'm poor at the time. So I have rolls of pennies. I'm going to the bank to get money because I have like $300 in pennies rolled, like a big, on my big, huge pile on my
Big
on my
penny
seat.
guy.
You're big.
So I'm sitting there, when pennies were a thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's just like 97. And so this car comes across the highway, gets T-boned. It gets T-boned kind of near the back end. They both go, and they kind of spin into me. I'm parked. I'm like, holy fuck. So I try to put it in reverse. Doesn't work. And they both hit me. The van in the middle gets sandwiched between like my bumper and the bumper that T-boned it. This makes sense. The van pops up and lands like 50 meters behind me on its roof. The windows go and pop out. It's an old lady and her granddaughter in the van moving.
Oh my God.
I hit my dash, I hit my windshield and my forehead, and all the pennies go fucking everywhere. There's like 3,000 pennies. I don't know, 30,000. I don't know fucking how many pennies there are in my car. Fucking everywhere. I got a busted forehead. My windshield's cracked. The highway's fucking stopped. My engine's on the ground. It's totally flat. The Corolla is pretty beat. The lady and her kid are in the van screaming. I'm like stumbling around and my buddy's dad is the fire chief, happens to be driving by. So he pulls over. He's like, everybody's like freaking out. I'm like walking around the road. I don't know what I'm doing.
You're in shock.
All I can hear is ladies screaming. So like people helping them get out of the car. The Corolla guy is like, I don't know what the fuck just happened. 'Cause he's fine, but his car's fucked. But anyway, that was like, and I ended up like my car was fucked. I ended up going to my graduation that night and getting fucking blackout drunk.
Wow.
Super concussed. Yeah, but that's happened to me.
It
Like,
turns out you never even drank anything.
that kind of stuff's
Yeah,
happened
you
like
just
3 or 4
time
times
traveled.
to me. I've been like, my cars have been written off three times by other people.
That blows me away.
Yeah, I hit by drunk drivers twice. My brother.
Wow.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
get crazy
Wow.
shit. Yeah,
Not cool.
just
That's-
dodging, man. Just
heavy.
fucking nimble. I don't know.
Scary stuff, man.
Yeah,
That's why it's like sooner or later, I think the whole autonomous cars.
yeah. I don't know about
I'm
those.
like-
I'm into it.
Obviously there's going to be things that go on. There's going to be like accidental deaths due to a car that was controlling itself.
Yeah.
And
It'll be
people,
less,
and then
though.
people are going to fight about it, but there's going to be less.
Like
And
right now, it
that's
seems
gonna
like
be-
it's a big deal because there's like, it happens. It's such a new technology. So when somebody does die with it, it's like, this is the worst idea.
Yeah.
Well, no, because there's
Well, no. Yeah. Do you know what
millions of
goes
people
on?
die
Yeah.
every year in cars in general.
Yeah.
So when it becomes everyone has one, I'm curious how that works out. But
Well, and then there's going to be a whole new, infrastructure to like roads in general.
Mhm.
Once that like can fully kind of kick in, I don't know. I
Yeah.
think there's going to be a lot of adjustments in the next while just to deal with volumes of people
there's a lot of us, man.
There's a lot of
There's a ton of people. We're fucking around.
and fucking around.
We are fucking around, man.
and that's leading to more people.
Fucking around.
fucking around.
Yeah, for sure. All right, boys. I don't
Cool.
know. It's 8:15.
Yeah.
That movie starts in half an hour. So
Yeah, we gotta
we're gonna
wrap.
make
We
it.
gotta go. We gotta get seats. We gotta
Yeah,
go now.
I don't know if this worked for you guys, but I really appreciate you guys coming by. It's cool.
Oh,
It was pretty
this
fun to
is
chat.
sweet.
I don't know if we accomplished anything at all, but so Certified Rocketman, Shredbots.
More to come.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people can find you on Instagram.
YouTube, Instagram.
What are your Instagrams? People listen. Some people do listen, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Craig Gallus.
Yeah.
Like
Jesse
all one
Millen.
word, but it's
Craig
it's a-
Gallus.
Yeah,
is fun.
even if you just put in someone's, it's just
Yeah.
keywords now. You
Yeah.
put in someone's name, you're basically gonna find them. Or
Right.
probably
so
have
Craig
common
Guys, Jesse
followers.
Millen.
Certified Rocketman as well.
Rocketman. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, Instagram. Cool.
So look for Instagram.
All right. Well, this is gonna come out in a couple days. I'm gonna try and edit it fast. Get it out. Thanks for coming by. And you should come by again.
No, yeah, we definitely should. I'm
That's
really
cool.
stoked. Yeah.
I'm gonna have a better setup maybe.
Do a little part two. Hey, this is
Yeah.
experimental.
Yeah. All right, boys.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.